dey go, una go more sleep, waiting una so. Una dey go, from where you come, not just the flow. Power, we dey give them notice. Power, we dey give them notice. Power, we dey give them notice. If we not give them notice, but we not go get peace.
Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, comrades and Sierra Leoneans, and welcome to the APC Diaspora online TV platform. Before I go further, I go want to express with sincere apologies to our listeners and viewers them, because this program was meant to start at 6 o'clock today, but we got some technical issues. So as a result of that, we shift the time to 6:28, which is now where we start. Today, now the program, the topic where they can discuss now Sierra Leone decide, which is Sierra Leoneans decide. Basically, everybody knows say elections not a process. And in order for you to become a president of a nation, for you to become a parliamentary candidate, and for go serve the people in a parliament, for become a mayor, for become a district council chairperson, for becoming a councillor, everybody knows say the process you got for go through an election. And for you for succeed, now people are going to go vote for you. So over the past month, we all see campaigns don't finish. Yesterday, all political parties then get a cooling off, and that make we can present to the what's in the plans them for today. Now, today voting don't take place, but the voting not completed. So as a result of that, we come with 6 guests then at the platform today for can discuss on 3 major topics. But before ever at the outlining topics then they for now, I go one sing for now the principal and lovely song, because this not the day we eager for become president in the next couple of hours. Have faith in God. Have faith in God. Wonderful things will happen to you if you have faith in God. APC, we have faith in God. The principal, Dr. Samura Kamara, have faith in God. Today, me, na Hassan Kebewe, everybody they call Mixer. With me, na the platform today, I get 3 topics to go for can discuss. And the main host of slot number 1 is Sweet Bonita. Everybody knows Sweet Bonita is one of our talented female, talented broadcaster, talented presenter at this platform. Now, in the slot 1, where is the co-host with Maria too. The topic in your guest get for be Yamata. Yamata na in the London constituency women's leader. The topic where they can discuss waiting happened today na the elections. Na salon. They have various issues them. Everybody knows a malpractice it don't take place. But again, I no doubt, me super host, when I Sweet Bonita, again for can explain to una what exactly happened. And then thereafter, it ask in guest when I Yamata and Khalid Kamara for can discuss what exactly happened today na salon during the election day. The next topic, it will be how the counting and the tallying they take place. When I know say after people they don't vote done, they go for count. And when they count, they go for tally the result in order for the ECSL boss when I connect for announce the result. So we host there again 2 hosts when a Fatia, another familiar face, another talented, now the platform, and get for be the main host, as well as MB Roy when a Mufti Ahmed Bangura na Ingusav as in co-host. That slot there, then get 2 giants them. They all come up from Sweden. One Andrew Kamara, everybody knows say Andrew is a familiar face, and we also have Mohamed Kamara when Igalo, when the Secretary General for the Young Congress that the Diaspora 6th region. Then they can discuss about the counting and the tallying, how the process they work in this election process. Finally, the last slot will get me where they talk so now when a Mixer, and my co-host when a Manso. We they get 2 guests them when a Dr. Sise, a familiar face, a health medical professional, and we also get political Ibari, where they serve as the Diaspora 6th region, PRO, where are the mouthpiece of the diaspora. The topic where we they discuss that a slot day Now, how APC get for be in governance, the expectation of the APC. This is where we get for discuss a little bit about part of the manifesto for see how APC get for achieve, because remember now a roadmap how we get for achieve and make Sierra Leoneans stay happy. What Dr. Samura get for win today or in the next couple of hours when it comes out. So stay tuned. As I don't tell you now, we have three important topics for the show with 6 guests and 6 hosts today. So stay tuned. At the hand over to Sweet Bonita, where they can discuss about what happened today in a salon during the election day. Thank you ever so much, listeners and viewers. But again, we not forget for subscribe. Now, this channel here, now Facebook and YouTube, as well as Twitter. I welcome you all to the show. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. And I want to say good evening, sir. Good morning, the Americans, and good afternoon, the Europeans. Again, this evening, as Comrade Mixer have said, we need to discuss about the issues around the that we were facing today in Sierra Leone on the voter registration. I mean, voting system. Because again, I'm very much grateful to say this. I was part of that particular process. I was going round, being in Potloko, just moved down to Lungay. And I think the whole process will try to manage it. But again, as most of you have seen on social media, there have been disruption from the ruling party or the just exiting ruling party, the SLPP. Because again, one of the things, Comrade Mixer, that we were facing, and which I went to most centers where people have registered, they have their voters ID card, but their names were not there. People have verified, they have their slips with them because their details did not come in at the time of verifications. Their names have not disappeared. Others has which we were told, oh, if your details is missing, they give you attestations. At the end of the day, please come with the attestations. Your details will be there. But again, that did not happen either. So these are some of the issues that we have been facing, and I've also was grateful meeting most of these managers, and also they were able to explain to me. ECSA have told them to wait by 2 or 3 o'clock so that they will be able to give them information on how or what they will be able to do to these voters. But again, I'm sure this is here, we're all here online to be able to educate people and also inform them on situations or instances that we have seen and where we are moving forward. Sorry, comrades, I just want to apologize. My video is giving me problems, so you are not able to see me. I'm sitting right now in front of my laptop, but I'm having technical issues here with me. You know, I always show my face on camera, so I video issue. Kindly, I apologize. And again, I will be this evening on the studio with my women's leader for the London constituency. That's Comrade Yamata. Yamata is one of the female that you will be grateful and happy to have met, because she's always ready to give a helping hand. And we are sure having anything to do with APC and Sierra Leone, definitely she's ready and open hand come on board. So I would like to introduce the women's leader for the London constituency, Comrade Yamata. Yamata, good evening and welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, sweet Bonita. Hello, Sierra Leoneans, wherever I and hello, the world. Today is indeed a day to be remembered, and we are ready and ready for APC governance very soon.
Hello, technical
Yeah.
team. I just need a thumbs up if we can hear from Yamata because I'm from her. Well, it looks like we are having technical issue with one of the guests so far, Comrade Yamata, but very soon we'll be able to bring that through. But again, as I said, it will be grateful if we can have our technical team to be able to post some videos, because we also saw some malpractice from the SFP where ballot boxes came in most of these polling centers, but they were already voted. They've already voted on them, so it was just a matter of point they bringing it and taking it out. So, but again, we have those happens today, where they also caught people with some ballot papers in Freetown. It has been a hectic day in Sierra Leone, but definitely we know that the people of Sierra Leone are ready to change, and the change is now. And we all know the APC manifesto says one nation manifesto, and Dr. Samara Martin and the entire other external organizations that will be willing to work with Sierra Leone. But again, as we've seen, we've experienced, and we've learned for the past 5 years, have not been in the right manners. So definitely today, the voting is a matter of the Sierra Leonean change. And the change that we are requesting for is for us having a new dispensation, a new government to be able to govern us. We've seen so many videos from even the ECOWAS military urging Sierra Leoneans for free and fair elections. If not, he will be in Sierra Leone within the next
Hello.
24 hours.
Hello,
So,
sweet Bonita.
hello.
Are you getting me?
Yes, yes, I'm getting you. Thank you so much for coming back. Yes, Yamata, you were saying something. Would you want to continue,
Oh,
please? Thank
yeah.
you.
Yeah. I was just saying thank you, because you guys are actually having the first information, and that is so good. And una good evening, Sierra Leoneans, wherever una there. We thank God for this day. OTC is red and ready. Una thank you, thank you. My name is Yamata. Me
Thank
na
you.
the
Thank you
women's
so
leader owner for the mighty APC, na the London constituency. Thank you so much.
much in our studio, um, Comrade Yamata, because again, as we said, APC business, not all man business, is an inclusiveness. When it comes to APC, we are all ready to work. And again, today, as I said, within Potloko that I was in, because I started down in Potloko, coming straight down to Lunge because I needed to cast my vote in Lunge. Got there, cast my vote. And I also wanted to say this because this is my first time to ever vote in Sierra Leone, comrades and viewers. And apparently, names were put by surname, and surname will stop onto, like, especially when we have Kamara, Sise, Kante, and Mansuri. They will say Abdu from Abdu, or A to Almami. Kamara will be on one center, and these informations were not given to the voters on time. I think this was one of the reasons why the APC have always says they needed their voters to go the correct centers. But again, somebody will go to, for example, Ward 075, and they said, no, you are supposed to be in Ward 072. These are some of the constraints. And I met a lady, she had young children, so she left it with a younger one, and she was not able to cast a vote. And where they asked her to go, it was a bit far. At that point, since I was driving, I have to say, you know what, I will take you. These are some of the sacrifices we have to make today. I had to take her to the next polling station. And again, we all know today there is no transportation. So either they pay for themselves, which they will not find, or any of the polling agents or any of the workers locally will be able to afford to assist them in that way. And if that wasn't available, then we'll be losing votes. As I said earlier, people were registered in certain polls, but their names were missing. They have ID cards, their names were missing. They went to do verification, had the attestation, still their names were missing. So I'm sure definitely at the end of the day, the situation will address these things. And we are hoping that such a thing would not continue our next election, because these are the things we need to put in place from now on, working for the next one. What you would like to say on that, Comrade Yamata?
Um, Thank you so much, sweet Bonita. I think you've said it all. But what I can say, um, we're not for surprise because lab make them in the local language so that it will go far and wide. And please, 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 my beautiful people, wanna listen and share the information. I think if we it don't do now for let we know say, I mean, these are all game planned by the powerful government because the whole electoral process was a scam and they had huge plans for rig this election and everybody is aware, even themselves. But God they work in different ways. Then they plan their own. APC, we not get nothing we believe in past God. And always, as long as God being God and let man be man, so whatever is in the darkness, it will come to light. Now it happened delicate today. Several weeks we've been demanding the data, yeah, and they were so reluctant. They had their app. They did not make any availability for the opposition to get access to that. So basically, they prepare this election for themselves, not inclusion of other opposition parties, especially the APC, because they're not saying, I mean, everything will be exposed. I mean, the people are just cowards. Yeah, I'll say that. Because if una say una don't go, why una need for worry? If you don't do good work, let you get a payment. But that is not the case. So since morning, I've been seeing so many disturbing videos, audios, with factual evidences about, people having already filled ballot papers, with boxes, and one thing where I've been so happy, even the security forces, I think the eyes have don't been open for say this time around, I think they look for change. So they were helping people, protect those people in the police station. Whatever their plan will be, we don't know. But like what you say, sweet Bonita, I think these are evidences where we really need to bring to the attention of the international observer mission. Because if then they do that kind, dabarus in the year, obviously, the election is not going free and fair as we anticipated. Because we APC, we don't get any skeleton. Whatever we they do, we always want to do them in the open and the right way. And also, within our observed delegate today, in their stronghold, elections were conducted in a timely manner, a very orderly. The names were all spelled correctly. But we say with strongholds then they issues were, like late parting at the polling stations. We all see when we women's leaders send in video, now in constituency. I think that was from Polili. And so many areas inside Freetown, Port Loco, you name them, they're just immense. So, I mean, the way where the election will go, everything is just exposing the evil intent of the Southern government, you know. But at the end of the day, honesty is the best policy. We fix with eyes on the ball, nothing, not a deviate with from that. And I they appeal to all APCNs, well-meaning Sierra Leoneans, kindly send us evidences now the situation room, or let we call the attention, because we need to collect all the evidences here. We put them together, and that will give we strong evidences against this failed governments. Wait for 5 years, they're not getting nothing where they don't show for. And now they are so desperate, more than desperate, for hold on to power for six Sierra Leone the more. So I will stop here so far and come in later. Thank you.
Thank you so Thank you so much, Comrade Yamata. And I was grateful again you said mentioning the locations. And as we remember, people did say this over and over. In Waterloo, that was the place they took boxes that they've already voted on. And you can see when they opened those boxes, all the vote there was for SLPP. All of the vote was for SLPP. And we found somebody that also had the ballot papers with him. And we all know, because most of us that went through the training, there'll be, for example, each center will have 300. Because if 300 that will constitute a center, and then another center, and then another center. So they were taking extra so that it's to slot it, and in the end they'll say overvoting or this has happened. And again, as you rightly mentioned, this is something that happens opposition, which is very sad. It's very, very sad. But also, when I was in Putloko, there is this lady, I don't know what her position is within the SLPP, is a very skinny one. She had a wristband of SLPP standing in the polling center. Her party's name, oh, they came here, we talked. He was there with military personnel. And we're like, what you do have voted, you can excuse. What are the military personnel doing here? People you are calling their name, they are nowhere to be found. But these are the kind of intimidations that they put through to the citizens. And one thing one of the ladies says, Mina Ikwede, she was like, I'm not going. Thank you so much. Sorry. Looks like we're having some technical issue. But I don't know if you guys can hear me. I'm seeing a note saying my volume, it's on 100%. But one thing we're saying, I was listening to one of the audios that were played where they were saying ballot boxes were sent to a location that were already voted on. And whilst the people were standing there, that says it's been filled. They are in the queue, they haven't voted, but boxes have arrived at their center that has already been voted on. So I think it will be really nice if the technical team can also play this for our viewers to see. Because as we say, when it comes to the APC online TV, we deal with factual. Grateful if the team can literally play this video for our viewers to see. because we don't want to say, oh, that did not happen. There is no proof. So I think I'm here. I'll urge the team, if possible, to play it for us so that we are able to go through. While we are waiting for them, I want to say thank you so much to all the voters that went out today, that are ready to cast their vote, no matter the nation. Because at the end of the day, one thing that I don't know if you hear me, my internet's drop. It was like one of the ladies says, which I will not forget this word. She said, "Mine equal Apple vote. Go anywhere, I will vote." It's like we are seeing it. People are determined with all the amount of frustration that they've decided to bring to the south. I mean, to the north, the northeast urban area. They are not ready. Freetown is well determined to vote, and also the north were ready to vote. So that is the only the people are ready to make the change in their life. And this is it. We are here to make sure that we accept and we work with them on this. So I would like to
Yeah.
say thank our technical team. If you guys are ready to play us that video, show our viewers on what is going on, what has happened for now. Comedian with us before the technical team
Yeah,
try to play
I'm still here.
the video.
I'm still here.
Yeah, I've just unmute you right now, Comedy Amateur, because you were muted.
Yeah, I'm still here. All right. Thank you so much,
Are
Sweet
you able to
Bonita.
unmute Comedy Amateur? Because I can see the lip moving, but you are not in the studio.
I am.
Yeah, not yet. Technical team, can you help me with Comedy Amateur, please? Because it would be really nice if we can hear from her
Can you hear me?
while we are waiting for the technical team. Again, just want to say a very big thank you to all our voters that went in. Welcome so much. Welcome, 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 Comedy Amateur. Welcome. I think we've just lost her at this point, but she's in again on
Hello?
another one.
Hello?
So, yes, yes, welcome, Comedy Amateur. Thank you, thank you, thank
Yeah,
you. I can hear you loud and clear.
lovely. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, Sweet Bonita. Moving forward, these people have just shown, that they are so desperate for power, regardless that they haven't done anything. And if we go back to all the years they've been in governance, all they've been doing is playing blame games, you know? Because honestly, if they had only focused on the electoral process, believe you me, we will not be where we are today. So let me take and say, I mean, then be organized. Why you need for they in your coward post where you not say you don't do everything possible. They came with bread and butter, a manifesto. Nothing was done. The economy is sinking. And the hit of it all is the division in Sierra Leone
Leon.
when you are not like of the South, you're nobody with them. But Serenity is for all of us. And that's why people need to vote in APC because we
Comedy
are the
Amateur, they want to
unifying
speak to
party
you.
for Sierra Leone. So many discrepancies today. So many illegible votes, so many malpractices. And and then the president had the serenity to say that, oh, I'm hopeful. Hopeful in where? Okay? Hopeful in where? And I'm just appealing to Sierra Leoneans. This is our last chance to save democracy. This is our last chance to save democracy. And I'm also calling the attention of the stakeholders. Some polling stations have not been, in working condition at all. Like they've not voted in those stations. What do we do about them? Please, I'm just asking all the APC stakeholders to take all the videos and audios very seriously because these people are so heartless, they can do anything for power. We've all seen how desperate they are. They can do anything. But one thing I'm happy for, PC is red and ready. All their plans, we will counter them by God's special grace. Sierra Leone needs to move forward and Sierra Leone needs to be liberated, you know. We need peace in our beloved
Beloved
country.
country.
So
So
whatever we
whatever
are
we are
doing,
doing,
as
as
long as
long
we're
as we're
doing it
doing it
in an
in an
atmosphere
atmosphere
of
of
honesty and
honesty and
peace,
peace,
we
we
are
Amara Municipal
actually
Primary
doing
School,
plenty.
Naughty Court Center.
Thank you
thank
very
you
much,
very
Sweet
much, sweet body.
Bonita. I stop here for now.
Yes, good evening. Polling station, they are about to close now. This now constituency 112. This is constituency 112. We see no privacy, no day. Election watch, they don't come, they don't see. We not get no screen for protect people and vote. If you know the system, you will know what it's possible to vote for. If you know the lines, then you will know. But I see the other side, then no screen on it at all. People and they complain, and I believe say resources were provided for this CSL, but we don't see nothing at all. This is unacceptable. Election watch. Election watch, they don't come, then they around, and they've been seeing what is going on. It's unacceptable. We don't care, the votes don't go on. Not to them, later, I'm not good. If you sit down here, so you watch, when we don't get no screen, you see that people, their votes not protected. And when people they go now do, some man they watch and say, you don't vote for this party or you vote for this party. This is unfair. This election don't announce dates announced over a year or two ago. We not get proper preparation. Nothing was done properly. The resources then, and nothing say it reached the right thing. The boxes came late. They were very dusty, and all things were just very slow. At this polling station is very unfair. And one know everybody knows say this night happen a year. Things were not done the right way. How possible they vote? Somebody long throats they will see say which party they vote for. People in the can and grumble. People in this, it's just not right. If we don't prepare say when they get election, let we do the right thing. I'm not going to say they happen out of the country then. When they see how we things and they be done, say person they go vote in an empty table. Look the table yonder. It's very empty. Yeah, please show it there. Look the table there, it's very empty. Person go there, you see say person they how they vote you know. So Julia, I just call on my attention for now. I'm not saying that this will happen. And the classroom they say you not get lights, the place come down as I speak. They will not even radiate for count the votes. So when I imagine waiting there for happen here tonight, this it don't past 6 o'clock, we are still here, and things whoever comes with touchlights, imagine where on earth they happen. ECSL for them provide like generator, electrify the place because if you open polling station after 10 o'clock, where people don't care for morning, it's wrong and it's unacceptable. So Julia, I want to feel free for share that this don't go on.
Life na Amaraya Municipal Primary School, Mountain Court Center, as some SLPP boys them, they can't thief the ballot box them, they run away today. So as I see now, as I see, the ballot papers them, they thief them, the ballot papers as I see, That's not exactly what happened. Today na the 14th day, today na the 24th June 2023. Live na Amaraya Municipal Primary School Center. Now day this incident dey happen now. Ballot papers them we then count extra one them plenty one them then count them, then also the ballot box them we then count, they're not sufficient. They say ballot box and not do view, then we'll keep the ballot box them other side them. Now some boys then now we go inside and then we'll see them at the Alala where they sitting now. So we do the apple now. Na East District, Western Area Urban, Amaraya Municipal School na Mountain Court. As you see at the Amaraya School, and so exactly they happen at the Amaraya Municipal Primary School.
Once again, good evening, viewers and listeners. As one can see, today na the election day. Everybody don't see the video, we just don't play. Now, Amaraya, this incident happened in Freetown. Instead of them people here go vote, genuinely, then go stuff the ballot box system. But again, the next topic, we guess them and we host them. They can analyze them and tell you now how the rally, how the counting and the tallying get for take place. With me today, I can introduce the two hosts them for the next topic. When Fatia Samura and Ahmed Bangura, now then get for can host the two giants them from Sweden, where everybody know that this platform, of course, one a family, also a familiar face system, one a presenter and broadcaster at this platform, when a comrade Igalo Kamara and also Andrew, of course, Andrew be there about 3 or 4 days ago. Then they can discuss about how the tallying and the counting they take place after the voting. So stay tuned and listen to them. Thank you ever so much and welcome Fatia Samura to the studio. To the platform. Go ahead. Your volume. Unmute yourself, please. You're muted. Yeah, you are. No. No, you are muted. Nobody know they hear you. Nobody know they hear you. Something is wrong. Check your setting, please. Sorry, listeners and viewers, and we host when Fatia Samura just gets some technical issue that will be resolved in the next seconds or minutes, please. And before ever would they bring in Ahmed Bangura, what would they call Mufti, where they can ask some very salient question then with regards to the counting and tallying of votes after the voting don't take place today in Sierra Leone. This was the longest day where everybody be wait for. As Englishman and Kintok said, the longest lane has a turning point. Everybody know that one day. Today na the day what Dr. Samura be don't tell everybody yesterday. They'll appeal to her and say, do you make every Sierra Leonean come on a door for go vote for them? And indeed, we don't see every Sierra Leonean don't come on a door. Even in the southeast, we don't see people that don't come on a door for go vote for her. But waiting up in our own strongholds. Enough fine for talk. But again, as I've been begin this topic today, now we have faith in God. If we get faith, will they succeed? And Dr. Samura will win this election for we. And in the next couple of hours, he will be announced as the president of Sierra Leone. We are quite confident if anything happen, waiting and call uprising. It's not coming from me, but that will definitely happen in that country. So stay tuned as we bring we host again. Thank you.
Hello guys, sorry about that. I just want to see if Unadi still can you hear me now, guys?
Yeah, go ahead now. Thank you. I'm off.
Thank you so much, everybody. Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. I just want to welcome you to this platform today. This is not the Diaspora TV Online, APC Diaspora TV Online. We are on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Please log in and watch us live. And also, please, do us a favor, share the live so other people can join in. Like the page, subscribe to the page. So as soon as we come live, go get the notification. So please join us, and also with the beg follow send in on a question. We'll get two fantastic guys here today. Then basically they know their stuff. You know what I mean? What I say they know their stuff. They know their stuff perfectly well. So we get Comrade Igalo and also Comrade Andrew, both from Scandinavian countries, Sweden. So any question put them online, send her in and go answer for diligently. Today we want to talk about for the next hour, me and my comrade Mufti. They join me. They right next to me as they see on the screen. I go make it introduce himself. Brother Mufti, comrade Mufti, introduce yourself please to our guest.
Thank you, Fatima. May God bless you for this.
Amen.
as Mixer rightly said, today is a program is about our faith in God. So we move on. Me na Ahmed Hassan Bangura, political mufti for the past couple of years. Women day just for sell Samura, and today is the day we busy that sell all over the seller. Now today then therefore can begin the count. Now today people are not going to vote for say yes, this power now wants na power. So this na make we no go just do by ourselves. Just like what we call host say we na Fatia who get people who bring from the Scandinavia country. Then know everything what in therefore happen within the tally station, them the counting of voting, voting that we hope now for we not say we'll get some small stumbling block along the way, but guess what? Since we then come, they talk say they know how for reg election, we say we'll go man they will put for let them study how for dictate any fake boxes, and today we see a lot of disgrace on social media, but no go candidate. And two again we panelists they will want bring for let them can tell we small thing about what thing they happen at Sierra Leone, how the voting and the counting therefore happen. So I will pass the mic again over to you, Fatia. Over to you, Fatia.
Thank you so much, Comrade Mufti. Yes, today is election day. As we know, the 24th of June, we don't advocate on this platform for very, very long time, months and months and months. We don't talk about her. So today, not the day. The day don't happen, and sooner or later, the day they come to a past. The problem this morning, myself, Medina, for over an hour, they analyze the votes, they look at videos, talk to her as well. So does me other comrade Mixer. So we made live today this morning. We're gonna go 2 to 3 hours of live conversation and live voting in Freetown. As soon as all aware say most of the polling station at Freetown today not open early. Some the one particularly the one in Frobe around the Mount Icot area, some of them are not open till over 1 o'clock. The party in head, one of the party in head, Lanston now with Secretary General, may even get for release a statement. Even Dr. Samura after I vote, instead of even give a talk. This is how bad things were today, particularly in Freetown. Freetown area was the most affected. Some other parts in the provinces were, but Freetown, as big as Freetown is, we had so much problem in different wards today. So hopefully, I hope so they go extend the time for them particularly what they were not open early for let people and vote, because right now the information why they get, the people in Crew Town, in Freetown are not happy because half of them not able to vote. So right now they get a little bit of unrest in the Crew area. That part of Freetown, I think is central or western area by then St. John's side. So most of them not able for vote and still then align. They think they not get paper for give them for vote. My own problem today here what I want to discuss, obviously this now factual and personal opinion. Some of them are anecdotal, which is our opinion, and some of them are factual, what you have seen today. The authentic, the kosher. We're not to say anything, we're not to write thing out. We give you personal opinion, obviously, but also when I don't see the video, then which not live. So obviously that makes it factual information. And for the fact that we on Secretary General even can release a statement, but we head of a party, Dr. Samora Kama, just tell you today the difficulty we'll face. But regardless of such difficulty, we will overcome anyway. Like what Dr. Samora said today, if you believe you serve, you know, say you the people want you, not for freedom. Not for freedom, not for make all this funny business. But at the beginning, we guess we get like how I mean, not introduce both of our guests today, Comrade Igalo and Comrade Andrew from the Scandinavian country of Sweden. And they bring them in right now. So let us can get their own tiny bit and go introduce now regular on this platform, but nevertheless, they will still introduce themselves as well. Then we go have an open discussion, all of us. Okay, my people. Come in, Andrew. How are you, Comrade Andrew? Andrew, can you hear me? You're frozen. Okay, Andrew is frozen, but hopefully he will get back. Andrew, can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah.
Okay, Igalo, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Una, please, why introducing ourselves before we start? Una na regular people they know on our face then. Una part of the furniture and the Diaspora TV online. But nevertheless, una still introducing ourselves that we go start the conversation, all of us. Please go ahead. Igalo, you first, please.
Fambule, una good evening. Bina Comrade Igalo, Secretary General of the Diaspora, Young Congress, and at the same time, a broadcaster of this online TV platform. And I'm happy to be here for all discuss and as well chat the way forward as Sierra Leonean and how we want to see the outcome of the elections and point out some of the odds and challenges we already the elections they faced through. So I'm happy for there.
Thank you, Comrade Igalo. Comrade Andrew, yourself want to introduce yourself, please. I know so yourself now regular on this platform, but for the new viewers they're online today, please introduce yourself.
Yeah, Fambule una good evening or good morning, good afternoon, wherever you get we from. This now Comrade Andrew, the APC Sweden Secretary General, and also the Global Secretary for the welfare team of Dr. Samora. Thank you.
Thank you very much. This is not a career platform. Obviously, we don't live in the diaspora for so long. Some of us, you know, we tend to go in and out of the language. And also, if we can raise the volume a little bit so people are able to understand me and hear us perfectly, because today is a very important day. Like I said earlier on, my comrade Mufti as well, my co-host Mufti don't even emphasize the same thing. Comrade Igalo, this now you first at the get this question. Today, waiting at your take to what you don't see so far to this election, to the voting, particularly in Freetown.
Well, so far so good. We all they see the challenges then way people and they go through. Now the polling stations, then the polling centers, them. But to me, it not be surprised because I know say this now be the calculated ploy where the ECSL with the government of the day, then we don't put it together. This is not the strategy for ensure say they upset the voting process. Now Western areas, some aspects of the not owing to the fact say that the stronghold of the opposition, the All People's Congress. But the other aspect of it and the interesting part of it all, we see how resolved the people are, how they resonate with the fact say their malpractice there, whether we don't put in place all throughout. People are able to challenge them, people are able to come out very strongly. And we see equally how the security personnel say they comport themselves when people and they react. Because at the end of the day, like we say, Sierra Leone is a very small country. Elections go down just now. We go see ourselves again as brothers and sisters. So whatever the case may be, these elections, more especially in the Western area, is not very pleasing because of the behavior and an attitude of ECSL in terms of transporting materials to the respective polling centers and locations. And I want to believe, say, you know, we as a nation, we for don't grow past this now democratically because this is not our first democratic elections.
Mm-hmm.
We conduct elections 1996 after the Rebel War, Pakaba win. We conduct another one in 2002, Pakaba win and back again. We conduct another one in 2007 and Escoma win from opposition. We conduct another one in 2012 and Escoma win again. These are challenges then foreseen in all those elections we don't pass. For there you see the struggle. It has never happened in the southeast when at the struggle of the SLPP when they be in opposition. For there the government of the day begin put some kind measures in place and force ECSL for create troubles or confusions at the southeast stronghold of the opposition. But now we don't see as if a very prominent, and this now an attempt for rig the elections. And we get for raise the bell for let people know say these particular elections, whatever thing happen now, we don't get a conclusion say the malpractice is very real, it's very more obvious because how voting for start 7 o'clock, people don't grab by then 3, 4 o'clock, they don't go in a queue. Some areas and they will not transport materials. Some areas they will not carry sufficient ballot papers them. Some areas they will not carry RF forms them. Some areas and they, box they not even do for even how challenging it is. But when we don't assure the citizens and say, when I don't put every mechanism in place, the elections they go on peacefully, then all the materials and don't arrive. All of a sudden today, people don't grab very early in the morning, then don't sacrifice their time just for ensure go to the polling stations. Then some polling station in the western area, we get them challenges there. It's unfortunate, very unfortunate. And I want for believe say the APC party we for stand against some of them challenges there. Areas and we get them great areas and areas of great concerns in this particular polls and for rerun them back again. Because we're not going to accept and tolerate any fraudulent or malpractices just for reduce the votes of we own stronghold and try for get a peaceful and leverage for the southeast just for let them get them votes them right. It's very wrong and unacceptable. I hope so the leadership of the party then go put all them factors together, then they for reach out to NEC, let them know say these areas are faulty and they forget a rerun on certain areas then.
Thank you.
Otherwise, I'm afraid.
Thank you so much, Comrade Igalo. And I bring Andrew in as well. Andrew, so the same question I put to Comrade Igalo. Waiting that you take to this particular question, please.
Well, it's very obvious. Just like what Igalo say, we don't see a lot of videos the way they circulate on social media. And then we don't also see waiting the party take. They make a very, very swift approach for call that press conference. I commend them for that, the secretariat, for come and speak. Immediately, we them discover them fraudulent acts there. But it's unfortunate because this day of democracy and the way the people are determined, I see some videos the way you see the civilians them. In as much as the police get gone, the time way for afraid police you don't pass. If you policeman treat yourself like a civilian, they treat you like a civilian. And that was exactly what we see today. I mean a disorderly civilian. They go try for do ballot stuffing, all in the name of a serve a dictator or tyrant as that of Bill. You're unfortunate. Because like what Dr. Samoa say, you're not afraid an election where you say you don't do from A to Z. Now, a bonus if you don't give you all this while. Imagine 1 year to elections, then Bill make that statement today, at State House. And so if you don't do, like what he say he do, I don't know why would they see all them kind things that will be happen for the past hours. But now because he not perform, because he not do nothing, all waiting every day, now for fly around the world, go honeymoon from Dubai to Lebanon, come na Turkey. Now make you see all them things there because the students will study well. Well, any exam with them post to them, any question, you ready for answer. And so this is a point wherein we for come to somebody where they come and assess we. And now that person did. Dr. Samura and then Madabu, then they come to we for make we assess them. Madabu, you say if you don't work. If you don't work, if you study fine, I believe say this exam not will be very difficult for you to make it right. But it can't be very difficult today for them, the power side, because they did nothing. They did nothing. And so at the end of the day, but the fact, what more amazed me now the way I see the people determined for protect their votes. Very determined, all over the country, very determined. And they still, as I speak to you now, voting for Don, but if I don't know 7 o'clock, as they be say, people are ready for the end, even till midnight. One story happened now one police station. The lady collapsed because there's so much clustered. Because of the heat, it collapsed this afternoon. When it collapsed, luckily an ambulance be there around the area. So then take and go to an hospital. You know, they believe say the lady lay down in hospital bed. As he gain consciousness, then he say let them go turn back, they go vote. That tell you say the people are more determined than what you the politician they think. Okay. Because that era for make politicians come and continue for use people them, take push and try for give youth man them, for try for diffuse them thoughts and divert them from the day-to-day discourse of development. That era they don't pass. This is an era wherein, let's say Dr. Samuel come, you know, after this they go pronounce a winner because it's obvious. The writings are all over the place. If Dr. Samuel come, he misperform, the citizens then get all the rights again for us come out and bring somebody with them feel say determined. But obviously, Dr. Samuel the kind man way from the term way he be the aspire. The flag bearer position to this point, you see, say the man is very determined for leadership and is prepared. And that the only man that one they were able for come. Now, one thing they were very obvious for this election, we need somebody with they come and unify Salon again. Because our nation, this morning, me Igalo Bedeso, so I talk, I say, back in the days from 1996 to 2002, the kind leader will be need now, a leader where they can bring peace. I mean, lasting peace. Okay. If Smart was very smart, he get all the international connections. But the people of Salon BC, Pakaba, would be a very better choice for them. A leader will come and bring peace forward. At the end of the day, then give him a try and he deliver, he give it peace. So now, this is a decisive moment for we as Sierra Leonean. The kind of leader we need, now like the time where the Salon be there, at a very crucial state. We need a leader who before become and bring we back into Gladi. Gladi bring back continue for coexist as a people, as a nation. This moment, we don't need any leader where they come and sit on a state house station or go on 98.1 or any SLBC station, say this country already be done divide from colonial days. We need a leader where they make who continue for speak one language, one nation, and one people. And that leader there, now Dr. Samuel. Yeah. That makes the city there, the people very determined for go out there in numbers and vote for the people's choice, Dr. Samuel Kamara. So
thank you very much, Andrew. And they bring me my comrade, my co-host Mufti. I get question for ask you regarding about counting and stuff. So let me bring my Mufti in.
Thank you, Fatia, for this again. Just like I keep saying, now we just want to know people that don't vote. Just like what Andrew rightly said, the election for me don't close, everything for don't stop by 7. Now, let's say, for instance, the election don't stop by 7. How this counting therefore take place? I would want to send this question to Igulu. Let him start again. How the counting therefore take place? How the number therefore reach now the center when a freighter? And now 2 questions this back. Wallow there. What are the information that we get from the east and the south of the country? We talk about the north, northwest. What about the east and the south? Any information? Any rigging to take place? People and vote?
Thank you.
Who will stand as a party? I want them, if they say get more idea, then they tell me.
Okay, I think say we don't lost comrade Igalo, so I'll go bring comrade Andrew. Let answer that question as quickly as possible.
Exactly. Yeah. Let answer that.
Comrade Andrew, you understand the question? We don't lost Igalo.
I understand. I get it very clear. He say first we'll start with the very first one. We say the counting.
The counting, exactly.
And already elapsed because then we say from the look of things, if you watch the time now, I think it's almost 6 o'clock in Salon now, if I'm not mistaken. But the fact remains, as long as, because I listen to Mohamed Konwa Konebe, although he tried to misinform the people in the press release, but the last tale of in statement now get for old and bad. He said everybody within at that police station, they get the right for vote. And they continue for uphold certain democratic rights against the will of the people. They work. This, like putting Dr. Samuel said in there. Now watch me and watch you. Koju. Would they make sure say we vote count? And everybody, this now self-defense and self-security. Will they secure the vote? Not to soldier, not to police. We need the people and self now they the security for their votes. And then they make sure say that vote they count. I be in our forum where will be the discourse. People and say, comrades, they need for come together. You will get motoka. If now you motoka light for use.
Wow. Fatia, are you still there?
Yeah, I think say we get
Okay.
small teething problem.
Yeah.
Small teething problem. We dey apologize. It look like say we Scandinavian comrades and they get small cold problem. Andrew, are you
Okay.
back?
Sorry for we the call.
Are you back, Andrew?
Yes, yes, I'm here.
Okay, go ahead. Answer the question, please.
Yeah, so like
Mhm.
Mufti, the votes
Yeah.
definitely again for count, no matter the time.
Okay. Okay.
Conference with them we get, even the EU rep, the head of the European Observers Mission, he talk am very clear. Make sure say nobody no go be disenfranchised. Everybody in vote for count, and as long as you get a voting slip, if you dey self you no vote till the remain hour they talk. If you don't get voter ID card, but you get something for identify you, say you be don't register, go to the polling station now. Go vote. Go vote for APC. Go vote for Dr. Samura. Now you're right. Let nobody not sleep in that right day from you. And coming to the other one where you say, you will remind me again, the second question.
How update to forget any update
Okay,
na
yes.
the east and the south.
The eastern part, I been make for understand, say, voting they go on day. And then, but the only difficulty what they get now, the south, let's take them from Kono. There was a video where they circulate where Emerson Lamina take some talks and go now at one polling station for terrorize people. But the people they fix, they said they wait for vote. So Bo Kenema, Kailan will wait for updates then for come. But I'm very sure say they said determine because the suffering as salon universal mufti. You don't get any market where they say na Kono market this. Then you come na board and say this na Bo market or Kenema market. All the markets them.
Okay, would they get slight problem? Would they get slight? I'm not sure what's on the screen. We've got something on the screen. Would they get slight problem with comrade Andrew? Andrew, are you back?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, go
Somebody's
for
tweet
it.
is coming in. Please
I'm
keep your WhatsApp off.
I'm here.
Yeah, I'm having problems. Somebody's tweet is on the screen. Is that yours, Andrew?
No.
Check. Okay, go ahead, Andrew. Carry on, please.
Yeah, so like I be they say, you not get Kono or Makeni market. All the markets them, as I speak now, they don't pull a memo where fuel by Monday if I go up 30,000 leos or 30 leos. We all get for buy that fuel, they the same price as salon. So everybody today determine this day, the 24th, a very historic day for all Sierra Leoneans. So all over the country, people are determined to vote out this dictator bill. They're ready for vote them out. And in government, they're ready for vote them out. So now that's Mufti.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you very much. Okay, Fatia, go ahead.
Yeah, I get question as well. What I ask you is regarding the tallying, Andrew. You know anything we will tell you about tallying the votes when you feel say this will be done? Like somebody online say Bo, some parts in Bo they don't start for count already. Possible for you explain to me the tallying system, please?
Yeah, well, I want for specifically put them on the waiting the constitution say. The tallying process, it will take place from polling station to district, and from district to regional, and from regional to the national. As the Public Elections Act of 2022 stipulate, section 92.2, it make it very clear, say, and this act that then says I take on a parliament, that they do all the amendments, they take on a parliament, it go through the due processes, and it was passed. So anything within the act day, we don't already come into law. I believe say nobody no day. Now Salo we go say this not for be. And I make where a few days ago there be the trend on social media come. I see the director for communications now ECSL, it go na 98.1, it go na AYV, then I see again another activist, civil society activist, where they for stand, for serve as mediator between the politicians and the people there. But today we see all the activists there don't jump into the wagon for support the same bad behavior what this government they do, and then they pamper them. You out on earth, you an activist, you go for go try for diffuse the people with wrong information. When Dr. Richard Conte, I think he came into this platform or somewhere else, he make it very clear. He did a video explaining, say, we don't receive the register from them people there. And the counting of the ballot will take place, like I be explained, from polling station to district, because the system where they go by, this now district block system. Now them people have been pinpoint. Remember that law when they go past the parliament. Then pass some the APC parliamentarians, then they stand. They stand. The law was voted out, then force some, they power, then pass them. You know they are power. Everything now power in terms when they say power now by force. So then pass up. And now they force this system. And this because a district block system, the district block system, the engine of another district. So there is no way you go bypass tallying the result from district to straight national. You know the work so. Now it make the party stakeholders as that of Dr. Richard Conte and then Ahmed Sise Esquire. They don't make a very clear say we agents them therefore be very vigilant. And this message they go to all agents of the APC. Be vigilant and make sure say not sign the RRF form if the tallying not take place. Now you polling station where they send you. You for take all jottings, record the result manually. Take your phone, you snap them before you sign. We don't sign, snap again. And make sure say before they seal that result there, then take the seal from neck, then seal them. Make sure say you do all what they train you for do. Because now that one day the law say, section 92(2). And the repeater, he said the tallying of all the results then of the Public Elections Act of 2022, if it take place from polling station to the district, and from the district, it will be certified and signed by the district elections officer and sent to the regional, and the regional returning officer for signing, certify them again before they send them to the national.
Okay.
Yeah. So
okay.
thank you.
As we they go along, Andrew, I go see if Mufti get any question. Then after that, I just want looking at the comment section because we get a few questions regarding tallying and results. I'll just bring my host, my co-host, Comrade Mufti as well. Just I think he get a few questions to ask you regarding the tallying and counting because we try to stick to that point, but then obviously we're going to deviate to in and out of the election and the processes. So, Comrade Mufti.
Yeah, in fact, yeah, me, I just see a lot of admiration today and resilience from the people in Sierra Leone. Just like what Andrew may say. Now they tell you, say, the people may really want them to come up. You see some man don't vote, but they sit down, they wait, secure their votes. And this make I feel very, very proud as Sierra Leoneans. I see even one policeman and confront them. You know, somebody count other box them with Okada, then stop them. One Mutkaka, if flop in Mutka with boxes, then they're not allowed. So this is not team that we don't plan, we don't see, then get a way of rigging election. But we as a party, we don't sit down, we do assignments well, we know say even on a dime minute to get most of the thing that we request for. But guess what? Today, God just expose them from one place to another, expose them, any attempt to them make, they just get exposed. So this they tell you say we stand a better chance. All the same again, we stand a better chance. That not will make back still we feel say now we don't win because the county don't take place it. So Andrew, for now, what you will say from now they don't finish for vote so when you feel they will begin to call, they begin to give number the counting, and now begin to tell you say so region and this amount they get, or he thinks he himself not to know yet.
Well,
okay,
you get me. Yeah, Mufti, they hear me.
Yes.
Yeah, they get you clear.
Yeah, but me as to waiting me don't process. I think say today they not go call that result day because now this is one of the most difficult elections. So I don't ever witness this one because of the way power them be don't prepare them tricks and now so APC themselves be don't prepare themselves. It is very commendable, honestly, Mufti. I see one video where one principal na Tonkolili.
Yeah,
na Tonkolili, Magboka, yes. This man go take a ballot box filled with all elections material and take an polling station. That man will go confront him. He's an APC official. And so I want for commend we comrades them. Within at the field under, you know, easy really. Then they do a very fantastic job. He confronts him and he educates the man there. I was watching that video. I review him 2 to 10. They tell us, he say, the man they argue. He said this box, the box where I receive. And guess what? That man is representing ECSL. That man will go take stuff box so out and a polling station. Now ECSL official. Mufti. In fact, ECSL official. Unfortunate. And at the same thing I see just on the press conference before I can away Kone, be the host. Corner get the ball man go defend that motorcar where they catch na Maxwell Street, so in our Wellington. He said that motorcar there, it be the transport, elections material, the people that stop the motorcar, then beat the driver, say they left the driver hopeless, he didn't hospital. Unfortunate, you see where people lack credibility, corner of all. So tell me how we go able to trust this guy. Now he make with the still the repeater now this now Koju. All the polling agents the way they represent the APC. And every comrade within that field day, what they watch, we know they afford for go again for another 5 years of misrule, of divide, and 5 years where they render we powerless. This man they continue for tear because guess what? Madabio, the first time you not do nothing. Nothing. Did they get another time? No way.
Okay. Comrade Andrew, I get one question why I would just want to highlight. The question, I'll put it on the screen, is from Delwyn Thomas. As we did on the area of tallying and counting, because could you please answer the question? How do we protect our votes during the counting and tallying? Because obviously now we don't protect, we vote then at the polling station. Hence the reason we don't defend them as we are all in video that and they show people then they did it. So now how can we protect our votes on the tally station? When in the tally, and particularly most people go don't gonna host, but we still get with few comrades. What if we go able to do for letting people are not overpower we?
Okay, is it winning an election and rigging an election? Because before I travel come overseas, in the 2007 elections, I worked as an elections officer. I work as a polling center manager in Akoya. Now, two-sided day where and I be record and one program where I be there, the record and I back. Tallying and counting at the candy, but I just want to make this very clear. Now, two ways then they try for cheat. They want the way they work. Or anybody who they come with for can steal the vote. That person where they sit on that box, where they call the box controller. And that person where they issue out ballot papers, the ballot paper issuer. What you make us say so? The box controller, now in the last person where they receive the ballot paper there and put them inside the box. Automatically, if you get ink now and they continue for void votes, then they take go. If they continue. Another video the way I see, they catch two lady them. I think it's from Losal or Putloko. I don't know again, but I'm from the provincial area. He get ink now and they try to avoid all the votes the way they come because they know Sierra the APC stronghold. But guess what? We vigilantes are on ground where now the agent with them, the party agents them, the party train 25,000 plus agents them. We need just 11,000 plus, but then train standby, which is commendable on the side of the party leadership. So with them man in there, all what they need for now, like what I be explained just when I be explain the act 92.2. Now nobody not tell you say this counting not for take place now. Yeah. Stand up and quote some say the law be don't stipulate say who for count manually, record manually, and send with the result back now with tally center and head office manually. You the agents where they now where they listen to me. No nodding, no sleeping, and no shaking because 5 years it will be another horror and terror for Salon. So if I make sure say you take your pen and the forms the way you get when the party give you record manually. You for open because then guys are determined. I see corner way they go lie to people and before they wait money, but guess the white people they know because they said in at the field, then they see the errors there. So comrade Fatia and the person we put the question.
Delwyn Thomas.
And Delvin, there is no way where them people there go able for cheat we this time around if we agents them continue for be determined as they are today. They've been very fantastic. They do a very marvelous job. That's I will commend them. Because all the errors that we see so the way they surface, now because of the party agents, they pick up. So when the people that they come on out, all the people that say they for don't panic. Like that principal inside that building, now somebody with the inside, now party agent, now pick them up. We pick them up, then they hand over to the civilians there. Now then deal with her now. Pass who police can pull under the hand. So the counting, now they repeat as section 92.2 of the Public Elections Act of 2022, not to rewrite them. Now SLPP then go with an parliament. And then pass some law, and it don't become for every Sierra Leone, not for them no more. Not to say that for mother bill no more. This law now for all Sierra Leoneans. for Dr. Samuel Kama, for the mayoral candidates, the district chairpersons, the MP them, and for the councillors them, for APC and SLP and all political parties. This law cover everybody will stand, and every political party for be accorded with the same right. So make sure say nobody not tell you say this counting over take place and for upload everything at the app. False, wrong. Make sure say you record manually. Send we the results manually in the head office, and we say will receive them manually. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Comrade Andrew. I don't know, for the viewers there online, we supposed to forget another guest, Igalo, Comrade Igalo from Sweden as well. He joined me earlier on, but for some reason he dropped off. So I think he'll get some kind of technical issue. So hence the reason we only get Comrade Andrew. But like I said, Comrade Andrew is fantastic. He knows his stuff. He's an amazing comrade, and he's here to educate us and guide us to this election process where we don't see it through today. Comrade host, Mufti. We got so many questions na the chat here today. And also before I go any further, I just want to thank everybody. I just want to remind you, say, like the page, subscribe, share the live. Please, if you like the page, subscribe. As soon as we come on, go get the notification, then go able to watch us. We're here to bring you authentic information, kosher information, and straightforward information with obviously side attraction when I be personal opinion. Comrade, so we're still there on the tallying and counting. So, Comrade Mufti, you feel say this is your opinion I really want on this particular issue. Like for example, I think we got so much comments I quite actually lost. I think it was Arun Kamara. He said the counting don't start already. The counting don't start now at some district level. How you feel say obviously we're not gonna get any inkling or whatever because it's quite early for now. But how you feel say we don't do today considering what we don't see how we come where they don't defend and vote today and it's still a queue up for hours and hours. Waiting that you won't take to that because we need positivity here.
Yeah, for me, what I see, it really know say even the one the all the old the box them now box the BBC, then they in favor of pauper, the catch them. That they tell you see the people all the area that they all now APC is the vote for. They not allow no UQ take place. And one thing I will tell you, I make you say ask even Andrew about the east and the south, and I believe see then and therefore shock them back. We'll therefore see some images from this area. We'll therefore see some counting. That will therefore come on at that place for Dr. Samora. All man will say, will not be the believe say this from the happen at them area that day. Because people like they know see who that they enjoy. Now we go vote for everybody. But if you know see the suffer and who they suffer now boku, and I believe see yes. And people are not some people like this besides say they suffer, some people are not get interest by politics at all. But this fed for let them know say, hey, fed one come. Who that one bring the federation and this leader? They go say, oh, wait, hold on. So the man tells you this let them pull out. So this now they happen to them. Now he make even during the campaign, you need to count not tangible message to the people like for say, this is what I've done and this is what I plan to do again. Because if you tell me say you therefore build for me bakery, then now the bakery not right. Now you want to make another 5 years. I say, wait, the time you can't fry for me pancake. I will believe it. No, I'm not gonna believe it again. And like that, my life you can't tell me. So this now the people let me don't give who believe say the way they see things they still stand with your own favor.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mufti. I get the other comrade who don't join us. This na my own boss, na we APC UK and I district. I am the organizing for the constituency in London. He is the organizing secretary for the whole district. So in name na Khalil. So I had bring Khalil on for letting himself just can't tell me what's in your own thoughts on this tallying and counting. Obviously, a man with knowledge, a man we know his stuff. Like how we all do, we APC, so we all know we safe. We know we good. We all know say we're very educated, we landed people. We know we business very well. As APC business, not all man business. So I had bring in Khalil for let's can give you a small opinion on the tallying and counting. Comrade Khalil, are you ready for us, please? I'm going to bring you in now. Could you introduce yourself for about a minute?
Good evening, viewers. Good evening, comrades.
Is it possible for you to switch your video on, Khalil, so we can see your face, or is it not possible?
I am trying to.
Okay. You can still talk while she's doing it anyway. If not, we can still hear your voice. The
Yeah,
information is
just
quite
keep
important.
talking while you play with the
Not that
phone.
your
Yeah,
face
keep
isn't,
talking.
but the information is very important. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Khalil. 30 seconds. Introduce yourself and tell me what you think about the counting and tallying today.
Well, you don't do the introduction already. I am Khalid Kamara, district UKI district organizing secretary. Of course, me and our comrade and patriotic citizen were concerned with this entire process as we all aim at ending the suffering. So, as we comrade rightly said, the tallying and do not make them very simple. There we people that we send the polling agents, everybody, any officer of APC, let them just be continuously be vigilant, ensuring that then two category of people we then tell them for monitor, let them ensure they monitor them well. But there is no way you could do that kind of election that you left them uncounted. They have to be there. They can't say they're not for not. Let them pay strong attention. Watch the details. It's very important. And so far so good. The youth have spoken. So far, so good. The women have spoken. They see the tension as Sierra Leone, the resilience, the faith, the hope. Everybody is just so much positive that yes, this is the only way out. And for sure enough, we go end the suffering. All we need is continuous resistance. So, comrade, this is me again, Khalid Kamara. I join
Thank you so
all.
much. Thank you so much, Khalil. For reviewers online, we get few video where they can play. Please when I watch, then after that we go analyze this video. Technical team, play the video, please.
All allocation. As soon as I see, you say either go right now. Between Camus Street and Palmer Street. You don't catch one motorcar. Yes. I tell you. What's going something happened. Something happened. Hey, now we get time. Now what kind of Nalefa? Nalefa, not paying Mosca. Hey, not every Mosca, Mosca, do nothing. Nalefa, I want to get no tax. Nalefa, not paying them. Not every Mosca. Not every Mosca, not every Mosca. Not every Mosca. Not every Mosca. Also, what is this? I'm going to be on the bag. Yes. Hey, let's go watch. Yes. Is it Michel? Yes. Yes. Is that how you're after? Oh yeah. And the best I can get us on that gun. And the best I can get us so. And the best I can get us yeah. Yes. Can you imagine? They deprive people them. People want vote and satisfied and people don't do it. They keep on to put out to themselves. Can you imagine how wicked this country it is? People are wicked. People are wicked.
Okay, thank you guys. As soon as I see that video now from Campbell Street today in Freetown when I think that the ECSL and Vico somebody they try for take because me call them basically fake and fraudulent ballot paper. This is how far the ECSL and the Power Pack government are gone or they go for try for rig this election. But you know, like I keep referring to what Dr. Samura said today, if you know the freedom, you forgo direct and live. There's no point if you go backwards. Same with Gentle. I'm sure say half of them paper they did a Mother Bio and Gentle and paper they did the fake ones. But like I will say, this election yeah, we ready for her. APC ready for her. The people of Sierra Leone ready for her more than anything else because like how my co-host Mufti say the one who they suffer na them boku. Everyone at the diaspora where the Epo family back now we boku. So we all determined for win this election fair and fair play. If then they win, let them win fairly. If we say they win, let win fairly. But how you as a government, how you as a president, and how you as a mayor, you call yourself Christian or Muslim, and you standing in front of people then for lies, say them vote for you when you clearly say you don't win the election at all. Not fake. So what's in that they make you? Lab bring also Andrew for let Andrew can talk about that. And there were many. This is not the only vehicle. There were many that were caught today, and many people were caught stuff in the box. So that's just an example. Andrew, please, could you analyze that video for us?
Yeah. The video that I be reference on when they get me.
Yes, please. We are Andrew. Go ahead.
Okay, and now the video this way Kone take as a case study. We go reference now the in press conference now Buntimani Hotel. Very unfortunate and deceitful. To start with the vehicle, not to neck vehicle. I see like now a local organization, I see the right the MOLIBA, Moliba. So it's not any because not get any because all the vehicles the way neck they use, them print a paper where they identify them temporarily, like now rent herself. But for the mere fact, for this time that they use them, for let people them just aware say this na neck motoka, then put all the neck sticker there. And again, this vehicle they carry very sensitive material. When I be the work in a bank, if we make a speech, meaning if we call for money shorting, let's say we go, we get a branch, now Kenima, then we need money from Freetown. We get an escort, armed guard, maybe 2-3 police officers because now money. Maybe I go reach now Watalo, the Ramsakwi, put we down, then take the motorcar, then go the money. But who gets armed guard and they, the boy the way they come for canteen, then they afraid. Equally, so very sensitive elections material. How or not the driver no more go take and that motorcar they alone drive for Musa Komo. So for take them to another point. There should be an armed guard. If them people and they will go rush for that motorcar, then we meet police officer there. State of go tell us in national side they go them materials there. But the guy will say what they old. I don't see him in any attire for sure. Say this guy na neck officer. Let's be honest now. So what the guy they lie is a naked lie. But the fact is we're not stupid. People very aware. In this era of iPhone 14, where a lot of people and then they listen to WhatsApp messages. Every household in a salon be enlightened. At this very night, they must get somebody in their family where they in a forum, where they in a WhatsApp forum, where they get information, whether they come on from this side of the world on a salon day, or they listen to audios them every day. So people are enlightened. People are not stupid. Even the time where iPhone not been there, even the time where WhatsApp not been there or Facebook, people are not stupid. So it not go continue for take we for granted. So on earth, they see the one old electoral commissioner where the fate of this country after go in hand, he hang on his shoulder. He go sit on a press conference, reference this video. He said the people and go grip the man there, he try for transport, voting materials from this point to another point. That's unfortunate and it is deceitful. For make you one old state office where they serve the state. If you are like the day when Kone go sit down again before the elections, if you get a press conference where you go lie say, hey, you know they receive no money. It's like now favor they do we. He left in work, where they pay and boku money. So he can't work for salon. You know they receive no payment. Very unfortunate again. But the thing is that they continue for take Sierra Leoneans for granted. But until the people of Salon show them, say, we are not stupid. And we've been waiting for this day for so long. 5 years. Multiply 365 days by 5. And tell me how many days then they did. Over 1,900 days.
Yeah.
So you feel say the people are stupid for go again for another 1,000 plus days?
Not at all, comrade.
If you owe, let's say you owe 40 years now, 5 plus 5 is 45. What you don't do?
Yeah.
If you're not 25 plus 5, you'll be 30 years. All the picking out them be born 2018. Now they are 5 years. Some they're not 6 years and they go see because matter you don't do plus 9 time. So if you not do nothing because the government failed for deliver, then they continue for lie to we. The one can't thief the election, but they don't thief for 5 good years. 5 years that they thief we. Now this day back when when I left you this day now we decide. Now we give a work. Now we try for hire another employee for come and serve the organization. Now they say nothing, then they thief back this day. It's not possible.
No, not possible. Comrade Angela bring Comrade Khalil. Let himself can emphasize on that video day. Khalil, please.
It's unfortunate. They tried for let me video come on in
No,
yeah.
no worry. You face matter, but your voice more important. Go
Okay.
ahead.
Yeah, just waiting, Andrew. I mean, I just the buttress waiting, Andrew. They talk because, to be honest, he's well informed, and waiting they happen at that country. They it's just too sad. Whereby the security, where we they look at people and where really people for Habupa. I get one my cousin we been join the police force. One thing will be they tell me, he said the police force all waiting then they do so outside. It's not what they were trained to be. Like for instance, now as a police, then tell you say be a friend to the civilian because you are going back to a civil person. So in a sense, waiting then they do so right now, then they hurt the civilians there so much because all that thing that way they happen. So the officers then they did the security then they why the officers and security to collaborate for render people them so hopeless and inhumanly it's just too hard for understand. But there again, this is what SAPP do for this country. You either succeed or you survive. Then make sure that people they not survive, they not succeed. So the little people the way they want make them survive, then they do all they can for let them just ensure that the day go then get food. So the bread and butter, succeed. So for let them get them bread and butter, this is all they could do. But they forget say the days are numbered. Same go come, you go account for what they do right now. So we are
Yeah.
peaceful, we not go kill person, like we not go get that time, we not go kill again. No, we can't even start killing. But at the end of the day, people are to be brought to justice for account of why then they do what then they do. Because this is a national disaster. You know they do this. Waiting and they do so right now, not Sierra Leone only, because we don't see all other elections them. But waiting and they do so now when a separate thing, they know they even allow elections take place because this what they are doing now, they don't want elections take place at all. But they were all over. Then they shout at APC. Now APC no want election happen. Now election time don't reach. Ballot paper, people they want vote una olam. Now election want me right. Ink, people that want use una ola. Now elections you want me right. The area the way people in the vote look wetin SRB dey try for talk una left am open, no confidentiality. These are all things where really I don't know wetin which way we go, but these elections, to be honest with you, the
Okay.
word elections is not happening here at all. So we dey continue for talk to fumble them, they then continue for be resilient and making sure them continuously they do wetin dem dey do because that is all what we need at this present time. We just
Okay.
want to expose them, then the
Okay.
world
Thank you
see.
very much,
Of
Comrade
course.
Kali. I
Yeah.
think say we don't get we Comrade Igalo back. Solar being Igalo. Let's say can give you a small 2x4 on tallying and counting. Comrade Igalo. Comrade Igalo, you will please. All the way from Sweden in one of the Scandinavian country. Comrade Igalo, are you with us? I will give a few seconds for that answer. If not, then Comrade Igalo. Okay, as yeah, I think we still get teething problem with Comrade Igalo. So we're gonna move on. It's a shame really because now somebody self winning is stuff for me can't add the own 2 pence pan this whole debating about election tonight, counting and tallying. I just watch online. Let's see if we got any other video we go play them. But let's watch online. Let's see if we get any other. We've got so many questions really, but I'll just pick one or two because most of them are repetitive. So I'll just look and pick one that is quite unusual. Then we go ask Andrew and Khalil for the address and for me, please. Una just give me 1 minute. I want to say thank you all for all what they watched to be, what they watched me today. We're very much grateful. Una all welcome to this platform. Counting has started. Please provide results. Um, I'll just highlight this one. I'll get Andrew for address this. And if he say the answer is yet. Oh, Igal is back. Ooh, okay.
Sorry, I get some technical issues there with my phone
That's
and my
okay. Thank
laptop
you so
as
much.
well.
Comrade Igalo, basically, I'll just give you a little brief history of which you don't miss. This particular hour today will go, they talk about counting and tallying. You know, how we go protect we vote na the tallying center, how the counting go work both on the north, northeast, and Freetown, urban and central Freetown. So you just want to give me any of that idea there because basically Nadani you don't miss. You want to give me what you feel say go happen now, the tallying, and the
Well,
counting.
well, apparently now the most crucial moment this span the elections because people that don't vote, e left to winner with party agents and we pull the agents where we get. For ensure say they stay vigilant and remain resolve. For pay attention to each and every ballot paper within the count. Equally so with the appeal to let them not compromise because I sure see the SFB they use all means for ensure say then go through this process, even with tempting people for get them money, just that then go sign forms and we probably then go don't do some one or two ballot stuff in them. So we appeal to we party agents them for ensure say do ya please. This is not the crucial moment because we not go don't suffer for 5 bloody good years. People they don't grab very early in the morning for go vote. Then at the end of the day, you go compromise just because of the fact say maybe something you want something. But I'm sure say we party agents say we get integrity and are very confident of them say they go remain vigilant at the 11th hour because Lord not forget say the challenges actually we get for day and I they see the videos where they go right around see the place not the dark and I know say neck then go make provision based on what's in a paper but I not go provide the short lights them. I know say generators and not in at the respective pooling centers them for ensure say the place bright let everybody see Kojuma Koju. But we just go continue for appeal to party agents them. This na the 11th hour. We don't suffer. People don't suffer a lot. We all get the responsibility now for ensure say we remain vigilant. Let we protect them votes then they. And please, whatever be the outcome, let's report. We get a situation room at the party office. Let we send them results there as early as possible, so that the situation room will be able to tally them results there. Then we self be able to celebrate and begin jubilate because as this
Boss,
year, CSL people they go all around the social media
you know,
just they go and give false information, misinform people about winning the elections on the first
yeah,
ballot.
Monday I did at the backstage for this elections thing.
Okay. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
so
Yeah.
Fatia, like I say, my message is strongly to go to the party agent or pulling agents them. Do you allow no compromise? The talent is a very much mine are the most important amongst them all. Because all other processes that we don't do that talent and that manual counting and let them be so vigilant and ensure say, then telephone them and snap the figures them each for each and every police center, and then they report directly to a situation room. So that two say will begin collecting results and try for match them up with waiting neck we end up for give at the end of the day. This
Okay.
is an appeal to them. I know see them get integrity, we are sure of them. But let them not
Yes.
compromise at the end of the day.
Yeah, now that'll be all they hope for, definitely. Somebody asked a question as well, say when we go able for get results, Comrade Igalo. When we go able to begin
Obviously,
get some of them results here, because we they see the social media they go wild, but obviously we they ignore that because we're not seeing a fake news right now.
obviously, because of inches the way they most especially now we pulling now we strongholds them. We get forget results them very late, probably around 11, 12 o'clock salon time. We will get for they get feedbacks them because of we areas them up to date to get areas where people and still continue for. I see one press release where neck just pull for extend the time for the one they were in at the line because of the challenges that we then get now some police stations.
Thank
And
you.
I make we dey continue for encourage you people and please let's remain resolved. A lot be vigilant. Let's still continue for then at the line. We will not vote it. Continue for then at the line. Police soldier no can pull you the NC then at the line. And I know say areas like the southeast where peaceful voting they go, where they don't in the sense they don't beat to people them, they don't they don't drive with people and come on at those areas them. And they get some reports them from Kwendu, reports from Kailan and other areas there. So we don't even get party agent, they don't beat to people and they mercilessly they don't drive them come on at the place so that they go able to get their way out. And with the call on neck, this is a very serious concern. Some of those areas we expect for get a rerun of those elections. Because at the end of the day, we not go conduct our elections, the main opposition not get an agent they based on the fact they not beat and intimidate people. This is unfair and unacceptable. And we therefore stand against them things there. I should say results from the southeast will begin coming based on the time. But for those in the northwest, there are areas we no get itches as well, so we don't begin get some reports them. I see Galaxy reports them from Moyamba, road to Fun area, where we say we dey lead presidential elections. They are the same that the two polling stations then we say then just don't do counting. So we dey expect for more of this, and while all party agents please then have to expedite things. The moment how they get the figures and then they float and at the situation room, and let self they get recounting so that we will do the reconciliation. So this time around, at least we know get anything we get for those fraudulent business, we will not go react on at to time.
Okay. Thank you so much, Comrade Igalo, for that great analysis. We're very much grateful for that. Um, Leka, I just want to bring this to Khalil. You obviously now Secretary General at the APC UK, and I going back to waiting Comrade Igalo don't say regarding the violence where we don't suffer at the southeast, not the southern side of Sierra Leone. What do you really feel say you know, with leadership, whose action if you say with leadership for take against ECSL? Because obviously that then they run this election, so they're supposed to be responsible.
Well, in that regard, I don't know what the provision make, but I certainly believe if elections deliberately they not agree let people then participate, that area they then for just cancel them until full participation occur. Because what's happen now, not to the people they wish. This is a security threat, and ECSL know about it. The malpractices them, all activities then they go on. So I honestly believe if there is any way we leadership for be strong enough and able to challenge that, for let them just ensure say we go the back and then and do elections whereby all things are included. So that they made a wish for.
I think we have certain problem with we dey get certain problem with Kalin. We dey get some kind of echoing sound. I'll just get with technical team for let them check whether that echoing sound they come up for. Technical team, could you please check before I proceed?
I think now from his side, and they try for connect me computer and phone. You know,
Okay.
it's crazy.
Okay. All right then. Okay. I go bring in Andrew for let Andrew self answer that question regarding the violence where we people have faced due to the fact that we don't get any pulling or whatever pulling. You know, people demand we on pulling, we on box there. Now them particular police station and they and obviously most of we come with and don't run away for their life because there have been violence to threat to life to death. So whose action? Andrew, where you feel say the APC leadership for take against ECSL, and I hope it's very severe. Please enlighten us.
Well, APC being a party way very law abiding, if not any other party where the NTR they happen, or for don't say we retaliate. But because we dey follow the law, we wait, let the law take in course. And how? And I'm pretty sure most of what they listen will be listening to the press conference where the lawyer Lansana Dumbuya with National Secretary General and the deputy and other party stakeholders hold this afternoon at party office. The moment they discover certain things will be they go wrong, immediately they call a press conference. And these are some of the issues that we then put forward. These are some of the things them we then bring to the public and for the attention of we moral guarantors them. We include the international community and all observers missions that we come for can be party to these elections. Because they know what's going to happen with we. We'll be going to 11-year civil war. We know they predict we're going to war. But they don't see what they do in the southeast. Now I think they trigger war. Because if you then are your side, you say me no for God, they marginalize me people. Even your brother, Mohamed Moriba, simple Mohamed Moriba, we just do audios, pass in messages there because he stand for what he stand for. What's wrong if that man be APC?
Okay. So thank you. I don't know what's going on. We have problem here. So with the roundup now, because we get different guests. Let me just bring all my guests online and see if we can able for let them all just say then get 30 seconds for say something. Comrade Andrew, you got 30 seconds. Could you just round up, please? I'll bring each and every one.
Yeah, I just want for continue for Musa stop where I be get interrupted. Say everybody gets a right, and I believe say the party they take very solid stand for all the side where they marginalize we all party members them, all the we party executives and run away whether they're gonna bush or then come back now the northwest. I believe say we get a very solid leadership, and I still trust in the leadership. Say whatever decision they take, it will be in the side and the best interest of we all Sierra Leoneans, not just for the APC. Because this is not an election about APC alone, it's an election where it encompasses the entire Salon. So we have to take that into consideration and consider and say this is a very defining moment. We will determine the future of Salon for the next 5 years. Once again, we tell you plenty thank you for being part of this discourse. We will continue. We're not going to keep quiet. We will continue for bringing the issues then, for make them there into our domain, and for make we continue for make sure say the right thing be done, and ECSL for do the needful. Peacefully, therefore, hand over to the right candidate, Dr. Samuel Kama. And by the grace of God, next week by now, we will get a very solid leadership. We'll go share the mantle of leadership for that country today and for the good of everybody. Thank you once again, Comrade Fatia.
Inshallah, thank you. Comrade Igalo, please, you can give us your own 30 seconds summary.
All right. First and foremost, I apologize to listeners and viewers them because of my technical problem I get with my telephone and my laptop at the same time. But the strong message we I want to send, and I believe say the party leadership will be very strong about it. Areas na the southeast where them beat with people where we know we get party agents there, therefore insist that we have a rerun of those areas, because at the end of the day, the elections is supposed to be transparent and it's supposed to be inclusive, that each and every political party for participate. You know, just set of political party like the incumbent go sign RF form then, and at the end of the day, then certify the results them. We therefore be very strong about it that those areas no need for certify those results and because they are null and void owing to the fact say they victimize the people, they were beaten and they drive them out of those areas. And for those who then at the queue, do ya with the appeal to una with the big una, let's continue to exercise patience and restraints. We know say time don't go and the time don't late. But as long as you didn't at that queue, please, una lot patience, low did. And for the youth them, the young people, we want for salute most of una for una braveness we una don't perform today. For challenge the status quo, say enough is enough. By all those ballot papers where the Morango stuff na certain areas in the west and in the north, we una stand firm. This is what we call democracy. This is what we call the people's power. And I want for believe say the APC will triumph in all of these challenges, and Dr. Samuel Kamara will definitely be the next president of Sierra Leone from now on to Wednesday latest. I should say, we don't become very clear and evident say matter view the handover, and we all go celebrate together. I want to thank everybody now UK and online on TV for this platform and for the opportunity we are always there called to we all as Sierra Leoneans for all we get we say and all we hear waiting they happen at the country. Big time salutes to the leadership of the party. Lord continue for remain resolved and Lord continue for remain strong and point out all the odds of these elections and stand against anything so far. We then go and bring we get tendency for bring chaos in the country. Or for stand against her. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Comrade Igalo. You're always welcome to this platform. We're very much grateful to have you here today. Thank you once again. And now I bring Comrade Khalil. Khalil, please, you get your own 30 seconds for doing your summary.
Yes, thank you. First and foremost, I will say thanks to everyone when we host this very important program. Fatia, Mufti, Brother Mixer, actually the help for the enlighten people them with what is happening in Sierra Leone. So that's a great thing to me viewers, them patriotic Sierra Leoneans. This is what we have to do. The discussion should continue. When I come na the APC Diaspora TV special, because obviously here is where you get it. So the comrades they don't say what for say. Me, una way they watch this program now, una they talk to, una pass this message. Let we preach unity. Let we people that understand. Say Sierra Leone is for Sierra Leoneans. There's no one person above another. Let we preach this and allow let peace prevail. Mother Biogo listen this and hand over power by Wednesday peacefully, because the election is already done. So I greet you now all, hoping to see you guys some other time. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Khalil. We are very much grateful. And now I give me a final summary before I also disappear. As you know, we got different co-hosts and hosts where they run this election program. We started about a Monday or so. Well, I just wanted to know, thank you very much. And thank you to everybody that have been watching us today. And thank you for your comments, whether positive or negative. We are very much grateful. Obviously, like the page, subscribe to the page, so as soon as we come on, you can get the notification. We're very much grateful for everybody that watch me YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. Thank you so much. We have a wonderful election time today, and I'm saying good night and goodbye. Hopefully, next week I'm gonna dance for now with the new president in me right, nice, beautiful red gear. Take care. Thank you very much. I'm out. Bye.
Well done, and thank you ever so much, Fatia, co-host MB Roy. So we super guest them, Comrade Andrew, Comrade Igalo, and Comrade Khalid. This not the voice of Mixer listeners and viewers, welcome to the APC Diaspora online TV platform. Now we don't come to the fourth slot of the program. Very important section where they can discuss about. With me today, I get two giants there with a co-host, winner Mansokabo. I get for come with another platform for can introduce himself, as well as Dr. Sise and the APC Diaspora PRO, one of the mouthpiece of the APC in the diaspora, when a political eye barrier. I'll bring them forward. But again, with all waiting, we co-host and we guest them, don't talk in the first topic and second topics them. We now don't learn a lot from them. Waiting we they can talk now. Elections, not a process, not a procedure. Everybody knows say before ever you become a president of a nation, there must be an election. Democratically, you have to be elected by the people of the country that then go for vote for you. We don't campaign, campaign done. We don't cool off done. We don't go vote today, voting done. Mother Bio say it a give we uppercut, the uppercut all na tif, na ballot stuffing. What would they can do? This section now, what they can talk about APC in governance. What will be the expectation of the next APC government? Very critical topic. Why make we choose this topic here tonight? Because we believe, see, Dr. Samura will become the next president of Sierra Leone in the next couple of hours or days. And this is why they can guide and will also they provide solutions, not to policy with the make. Now we opinion. We are not taken for granted, but to opinion what we guessed the Kangi, as well as the host and the co-host, we are not taken as a policy statement. But again, we manifesto clearly don't set a roadmap as to how APC therefore maintain governance in the next 5 years. So we, when are the political giants, them, the social media, will go for all Dr. Samura accountable, regardless. We being party members, them, if adhere to the promises within the manifesto. And this is why we come with this solid program for can discuss how we believe say APC get for be in governance, waiting at the thing where APC get for set for make sure so we achieve we goal when are the manifesto, and then the people of Sierra Leone will save them from the political bondage, suffering, and the hardship. But what we get for skip on this topic, we're not going to discuss more about the economy because everybody knows say Dr. Samura na economist. Everybody knows say he able fix the economy. So then giants here where they can at the platform today when I will guess them, then they focus on the economy because now every politician where they come, every presidential aspirant, they talk about the economy. We know they go that side because everybody knows say it don't manifest itself. The economy is banter now the Sierra Leone. It don't plunge now the sea. We all know that. National cohesion. We talk about peace. We're not going for go day. We're not going to talk about peace now because we all know say Sierra Leone over the past 5 years it wasn't peaceful. We don't see all what things that happen. So this is why we know they can put weight that in two sections in there. But however, we can provide solutions then for the leadership, for the party, for me they adhere to them. If they listen, that's good. And I believe say right now, Dr. Samura, now listening president of Republic of Sierra Leone. So viewers and listeners, stay tuned. And when I can get the fact and waiting now individual opinions with regard to the next APC government for make sure say we achieve we goal Dr. Samura achieve a manifesto. I'll bring on the first guest. The reason why they bring and come not to through leadership, but are they doing because of the position in the APC. APC is a structured party. We believe in a leadership. We believe in anybody within a position of trust. And this is why I'll bring in the first guest, winner, political Ivory. He is the mouthpiece of the Diaspora 6 region as the PRO of the Diaspora. But unfortunately, in video, not the show right now. We're not able to see in face, but in voice, it matters so much. So listeners and viewers, stay tuned as I welcome political Ivory, where everybody they call Isheka Barry. Welcome to the platform and say a minute or two, please. Ivory, welcome.
Yeah, hello. Hope you hear
Yeah,
me.
we'll get you clear.
Yeah, Mixer. Thank you for having me. Of course, I'm extremely busy and also extremely delighted and happy. The numbers are coming very good, and so I also want to be part of this for contribute. As a spokesman for the APC Diaspora, um, I get a couple of things where I get for say. We basically um, anything what I would say is more of in line with the party, within the party plan, and within Dr. Samoa. get for do. It's a broad overview of what we get for do as a government in waiting, and as a government we get for come. By God's grace, by next week we go don't know a clear picture of how we government will look like, and because the numbers are very good coming in for we right now. So yeah, I'm happy for the here with you guys.
Thank you ever so much, Political Ivory Diaspora 6th Region Public Relation Officer, where everybody they call the PRO. Now, listeners and viewers are the bring to owner, a perfect gentleman, a gentleman where a medical expert na the United Kingdom. Viewers, listeners, please join me as I bring to owner Dr. Mohammed Sisse na the platform. Dr. Sisse, you're welcome.
Thank you very much, Mixer. My pleasure for the another program. I consider myself lucky for the participate in this all-important program. Now, a day like this, where the people of Sierra Leone, they make a very important decision in their lives and that of the country. Thank you very much. I'm pleased for that.
You're welcome. Well, listeners and viewers, then do not forget for subscribe and share this platform, this program where the happen so today. Do you want to subscribe na Facebook as well as YouTube? My co-host no commit when I'm Mansokabo. However, I go straight away to the questions. Then I start with Dr. Sisse. Everybody don't see waiting the past government don't do. We know say they not mean well for the country, but we not get for subscribe to the errors them. All waiting we they subscribe to. Now how we get for count develop that country and make Sierra Leoneans they happy from the 5 years of operation where they made on paper. In our manifesto, the 10th pillar of the manifesto clearly states to foster partnership with diasporans in national development. This don't clearly tell you, see, the manifesto they try for bring people from the diaspora for involved in the national development. Now, Dr. Sisse, Dr. Samura therefore become the next president of Sierra Leone, and I am very positive that based on waiting a right for that manifesto today, he therefore invest in the diaspora. If Dr. Samura make you Minister of Health based on your profession as a medical expert, we don't study in them part of the country, we don't your profession, we don't practice in them part of the country for over 5 years of experience as a medical doctor. It is not impossible, and there is every opportunity for say you might become the next Minister of Health, Minister of Health. So if they make you Minister of Health, I'm just saying this, it's not a policy statement, but because I want to make you answer the question, how the APC get for be in governance, what exactly do you think you go able to do for improve that ministry there, whether the Ministry of Health in Sierra Leone, based on what's they happen right now?
Well, thank you very much for such a very ambitious question. And I'm also grateful that you even consider me in that breath. I'll be very lucky for serve the people of Sierra Leone if I'm ever appointed. And we get no doubt in my mind that the APC they come to power, and President Samura in waiting will soon take over power in Sierra Leone. That I get no doubt about. I mean, if I go straight to your question, the issues of health in our country are long and chronic ones. We know, say, we're amongst, in the world, we get some of the most dismal of indices in everything, be it maternal health or child health, and every indices where you want to consider. We do very poorly. For instance, per 1,000 deaths of people, women, we get about maybe 113 or 11 dying, and 13 women dying, and 111 children. That is not something that is sustainable. We cannot continue like that. In terms of the problems, we get so many problems in the health. I will categorize them by way of talking about governance structures in the Ministry of Health and the country, talking about issues of financing, talking about issues of human resources, talking about issues of medical products in the country, talking about information systems, talking about service delivery issues, and even issues of security-wise. When you talk about issues of governance, there might be a bit of a gap between what is happening perhaps in the Ministry of Health or even um, the health structure within the capital and the rest of the districts. That needs to be bridged together. People need to be seen to be working together for make we able for deliver the services where we need. In terms of the governance structures, we get policies, we get protocols. Some of we don't work here for years in this part of the world. We know exactly how some of them protocols and then they work, how people then they work together and deliver things. There are issues of financing, like I say. We know say we budget them, they're highly donor dependent. Those are issues that will need to be addressed. The way and manner in which we utilize we mega resources, we little resources, now the Ministry of Finance, now the Ministry of Health, in terms of prioritizing things. We get for look at that. The other time they listen, I think they say $9 million is being spent per year in shipping people abroad for medical treatment. Sometimes I'm not able to understand why we still not build systems where we self go able to do what we're able to do. I go across to Ghana twice, Kolebu Hospital and those places. I see how them people they need to improve. We get for bring them in for do all sorts of things. So those are things that will need to be sort of addressed, whether the priority is for use them money then they that way they, or whether not for use them for build with systems, build hospitals, address the issues of staffing with people, make sure they get salaries, make sure the hospitals are well looked after, hygiene issues and all the rest of those are monies that we all get for Sidom and look at how these monies, whether they are spent in the best way possible. We get for, like I say, issues of human resources. Training now a very significant thing. The opening of the medical school in Sierra Leone don't do quite a lot for we. But whether or not we train enough people, those are issues which we have to look at. And not only at undergraduate level, but also the specialist needs of the country, how we go address them one day. Like I said, some of them budgets and we can divert them that way. For make we train people them in different specialties for address the specialty needs of the country. So we be able to do all of them in the issues of medical products, the supply chain of medical products across the country, for prevent leakages of some of them here. Let them able go side, they're highly needed. The use of information systems in this part of the world where they work you, they sit on some side, you get so many other experts around when they look at patient issues. We can able for bring computerized systems we go allow people then for able to work together as what they call a multidisciplinary team. So we really need to address some of them service delivery issues. These are teething problems. We not get enough trained nurses. We not get some people not then a payroll up till now. We not get a highly functional ambulance system. The one where they struggle quite a lot. These are all things where we can able look at, and issues like I talk about security of the health system. I mean, look at we don't suffer Ebola, we don't suffer COVID. We need to get ready systems in place. We're not to pass where problem B. There has to be a system, a monitoring system. We go ready for address some of them problems here whenever they strike. So we are ahead of the game. We don't need to wait for things to happen. We get for set up systems that we go able to address some of them here. So there's a lot of with President in waiting Samura in 10th pillar, the cooperation between we local people as well as the diasporans. Now, a very important part of the development of Sierra Leone going forward. Already, people like we don't start a system at the chair the diaspora medical and social group. We involve different experts in the US, in the UK, and the rest of the diasporan countries. We get colleagues the way they work now, the diasporan countries in Africa. Even 2-3 days ago, we get a meeting with Samura, Dr. Samura Kamara, where we present some equipment and money for just help the system for make it work. So those are some of the areas, the partnerships where we need. We need for look at diagnostic, the building of a diagnostic center. Sierra Leone, when are we going to continue for the Shipu people go to places like Ghana and other countries? Why we not going to use some of our budgets for make we get properly functioning the diagnostic center with all sorts of equipment where you need. And now we don't begin engage the diaspora and experts. These are people we can go and we go arrange schemes, then we then go able for go they give them expertise now them place them there. For some way, even there we're not able to go there. If we get good information systems, people can be here and give advice, participate in multidisciplinary team meetings right in Sierra Leone. So there's a lot that needs to be done. But with an ambitious as Dr. Samura Kamara be, and with people around them, I am sure they're not insurmountable. We go able to get through them. We go get going right away. So those are some of the things where we go need for do. We really need for build hospitals. We really need for look at with human resources. We really need experts for come around and move the healthcare delivery system of Sierra Leone forward.
Thank you ever so much. And Dr. Cisse, they say the voice of God, the voice of man is the voice of God. Perhaps my voice will be the voice of God in this presentation for the simple fact that you don't chair a one committee which comprises of diasporan leaders then at the medical field where they abroad. So then they clearly they able for justify say if Dr. Samura for make yourself a feature Minister of Health, you know, make wrong. Simply because all the things that we don't analyze now in terms of system, you talk about staffing, security, you talk about products, and what's not the product? You talk about the medical product for the simple fact that you also cite an example with Ghana. That clearly don't tell you, say, we'll not get medical product thing, we're able to for sustain the lives of people. So therefore, that system has to be improved. And I pray that we'll get experts there from that part of the world, we'll be able to improve that system there, short like you. So thank you ever so much for answering that question. I go to political ivory now. There are more questions for you, Dr. Cisse. Political ivory. Everybody knows, say, you are the PRO of the Diaspora 6th region. Now, APC, the kind of governance in the next 72 hours. I will tell you that for free, say Dr. Samura, regardless this stuffing and everything, the international observers, they all don't take note. We'll get evidence there for justify, say there were a lot of ballot stuffing today. So therefore, then get for no, if they get for announce that result today, in our favor, there'll be uprising. But I strongly believe that have faith in God, therefore manifest itself. That we have faith in God, and Dr. Samura will emerge victorious today. Just a couple of hours, he will become the next president of Sierra Leone. Political ivory. What exactly you want for see in the APC governance when we come in power inside this June 24th election, after they don't announce the election in a couple of hours? You're able to tell viewers what now your expectation, what do you expect the APC for do, what different from the past regime?
So start with,
good.
I'm very excited at the moment because with numbers coming in after the elections, counting to go on, it's very good. And in the southeast, we are doing extremely well. In certain areas, we are basically in bigger cities like Kenema and Bo. I'm very much ecstatic that some areas that they were with the almost match the SLPP. And so they give them a serious beating at the western area, which I high number of population there. And also the north, some area, then they would trash them very heavily. So as you can imagine, I'm very busy, or then a phone with all over the place. We get reliable information, say they want cause trouble. But yeah, the security forces and the international observers, now we hope, now the place. Having said that, though, first and foremost, the APC party, and especially Dr. Samoa, and a man of him words them, and basically lay down 10 points, where we call the manifesto. And that we get for go with. For example, first thing we'll get for do is for stabilize the country, stop this chaos, and basically stabilize the country and end the chaos where this SLPP outgoing regime creates, and build confidence. Because if you not build confidence, it's very difficult for make a country better. The steps them are we de-escalate, remove the toxic atmosphere, eliminate tribal weaponization of politics. Basically we focus on building a system. We avoid for the sing slogans like hey, we will fight corruption and all these things. I mean, build the system. The system take care of that. The SLPP come with outlandish promises, and Bugubaga talk them about commission of inquiry force and all that. At the end of the day, we end up is catastrophic. So we basically, as we go by the pillars of we manifesto, step by step, which number one is building one nation building, and we follow through that. So eliminating the what they call the toxic air, depoliticize we institution them, bringing people there with technical skills and experience for increased efficiency. We institution them for be productive and manage their resources well. So these are the things first where we get for tackle, create an atmosphere of unity and cohesion, national unity and cohesion, you see. Then we go to economic and political reforms to address the economic situation. One of the things what we get for do is we get for cut down on government excessive bureaucracy. We get for look at introducing performance based performance based for make you retain your job. Wouldn't that mean basically you get for perform if you are employed by government, you get for show say you they add value and value for money. We not to people the way they promote cronyism like where this government of SLPP do. Then for them build individuals instead of the system, So that concept of a permanent civil servant, we get for look into that. And as I say, the salary of civil servant, for example, get for be measured by in performance. So these are very, very straightforward economic and political reforms who we get for attack for make sure say we deliver, because the Salon people are tired of excuses and begin to blame SLP, other political party. We not get for embark on that. We begin to blame. We want straight on. We hit the road, crack on, and then make sure say we deliver. And for do some of these things, we get for allow checks and balances, independent of the judiciary, for example, and reform the labor laws, which is very, very old and archaic up till now. When you look at the labor laws in Sierra Leone, you find out, say, no wonder, the FDI is foreign direct investment because, it's very old, and I wonder why they are still lying down there, no reform. So therefore, look into them and they reform the justice system, for example. Cases then they take too long in a court, no confidence, very lethargic judges. And also one area we'll get for tackle land reform, because we get land and we then lead on for years, people they're not able to utilize them and just lie there, fertile one. So these are things we'll get for look to for increase economic growth, So yes, I don't want to talk too much first. I left that side first, and I will come to economic reform. What do we get for do in terms of economic activities for alleviate, intensify effort in job creation, accelerate investment in people, investment in physical and digital infrastructure. So these are all part of we manifesto, and this is so simple and straightforward. We person able look how we go systematically, step by step. So
Thank you ever so much.
APC, yes.
Thank you ever so much, Ibarri. You just don't outline your own opinion, your own views, how you feel say the APC therefore come restructure and work in accordance with the manifesto, when the One Nation manifesto of Dr. Samora. Because the reason why to make it pull the manifesto, now for can work with them. Not to former people and just buy the idea of the manifesto for win the elections without adhering to the promises thing and the things the way it states in a manifesto. Now I go to Dr. Sisi. This is very important. And I cite this question before ever I bring and come. I read in verbatim waiting and the manifesto number 6 say, because how we want the APC for be in governance. Now that's one for tell the people and now for make them understand based on we own opinions and the guest their own opinion. Article manifesto number 6, pillar 6 say enhance democratic good governance and the rule of law. Yeah, we all know say I ask this question not in the legal term, but you're not a medical expert, you're not a medical doctor, and we all know say in this country we get safeguarding issues them. We get issues there where they involve the police. We get issues there where they take people in the court, despite of you being a medical doctor. Now we don't see how they don't, and they use the word, bastardize our constitution. We don't see how the rule of law don't damage Boku cases in that country. If you the advise Dr. Samura for lady when Dr. Samura the kind of power, waiting you feel say Dr. Samura for do now the judiciary we go be independent from political interference, meaning the leadership, the president, they get no executive power for control the judiciary. What do you feel say go do? Your advice, please.
Thank you very much, Mixer, for such an all-important question. I think Sierra Leone, everything in the intervening 5 years, last 5 years, after the progress where we see President Kuruma make in Sierra Leone, for me, not just a complete waste of time in the last 5 years. Everything where the gains the economic have been reversed, and governance structures are one of them. I think one of the biggest problems where we get now how for build we institutions, making them as functional as possible, as independent as possible from any form of interference. My colleague Ibari just mentioned something about foreign direct investment. There was a time I talked to a solicitor in this country where they consider one white man where they say he want to invest in Africa. They talk about the land tenure system, the judicial system. They talk about different things where we're not certain about. As a result, they look at all anything and they now make a decision, say it will go South Africa. Because there you can predict things. Somebody go wrong you go able to go to the judiciary, the police, the judiciary, you go get justice. You don't need for no pausing. You don't need for bribe anybody. So these are very, very important issues. As a diplomatic guy, as Dr. Samura B, with my little experience of him, and as a highly professional gentleman where he understand what that mean. And I'm sure you surround yourself with people who understand them and basic things. You just talk about safeguarding issues. These are all issues where for come into play. I think say the judiciary are just one of the institutions. We national institutions, they must work very well. We must get professional people there. We must protect our people. The only way for do that is an ordinary man where they work on a treat, where they sees advantage panai for able go to the police station and somebody listen to them and somebody walk by the law. And somebody, if we're able to go to court and they get justice. But things then we don't happen 20, 30 years ago. Now the same systems we get. You get for bribe somebody. Sometimes somebody they need for arrest somebody. You get for the policeman get for ask you for make you put fuel in car or give some money for make able to go on the side for go arrest the person. I think this is all a joke. I think Dr. Samura understands say we need independent institutions. The judiciary, we don't need for say much. Dr. Samura know what in the judiciary look like. It gets for set up some reviews, immediate reviews into all of the national structures there, all the national institutions. Look at what we are talking about today. Even the ECSL, as independent as they might be, but we all know what in they happen. There are issues there. This is not of national standards, international standards at all. We need for behave with integrity. We need for behave. Other African countries today, nobody know they go help them for look after somebody where they look after elections, for manage a simple election. No, those places need to be restructured immediately. Dr. Samura come into power. He needs to review all of those institutions. The police, we used to have a force for good. When Keith Biddle did it under the Tijan Kaba government, we say we'll begin get some systems in place. I think now under they established the children and families unit. All of that for look at issues where they affect picking them, look at issues where they affect women them, how then they see the advantage pan them, how equality for the look at statistics. We get the midterm census, some of where they correspond with the international community. We know what in the British government and other people when they talk about all of them in the day. None of the big organizations the support them in the day at all. Waiting may happen. All of that. What are we doing? Why are we doing all of that? We are not following the Constitution. The Constitution not tell we that. We therefore behave with integrity. Our national institutions, not only the judiciary, all of the other ones, take like Anti-Corruption Commission, all of those places. Unless and until all of these institutions work very well, they function very well, there will not be the necessary confidence where for be injected into the system. We go make people them, even Sierra Leoneans as well as other nationals, get the confidence enough for putting their resources into the country. We go bring in jobs, we go bring in other things, we go make the life of the ordinary youth, the ordinary woman, the ordinary man be better, and hence it will reflect on national development. We just a full whistle until we try for get some security in the country. We get institutions where they operate very well. Nobody is going to look at Sierra Leone and see as a risky place for invest. And without investment, to be honest with you, we get forget private sector investment. Without private sector investment, government cannot do it all. Look at the bloated government where we get. Look at the wage bill on it. When APC did not power, the wage bill where SLPP done there in 5 years, it almost done double. Who say we they get that money there? It's all donor driven. It's all donor dependent. Do we have those monies? No. So we must get operational national institutions with where people can get so much confidence in, where they know say if anything go wrong with the money, then we will go to the police, then we will go to the judiciary, then go cut down on red tape in establishing businesses in the country. That is the way to go for us to have national development. So independent, strong, independent national institutions, they need urgent review, and I'm sure a government of Dr. Samura Kamara will do that quickly and inject confidence into the system and hence the flow of investment into the country and development.
Not listening to waiting Dr. Cisse don't analyze na waiting infill na in opinion say if Dr. Samura can power, one of the things the way he get for do is to restructure the institutions them for review most of the institutions them and forget operational national institutions them will get for benefit every Sierra Leonean, whereby the independent the judiciary it will become independent. Nobody no get political power for go mislead anybody by the law. What thing they don't tell you? When make you continue for pray so that the voting and the tallying what they happen today make it in favor of we, and definitely Dr. Samura will become the next president of Sierra Leone in the next 24 hours. I believe say they will announce that one day. Thank you ever so much, Dr. Cisse. Now I will introduce my co-host. We've been there yesterday with me. A familiar face now on this platform. It's a political giant on social media, and I'm away they battle the SLPP day in, day out, week in, week out. Viewers and listeners, please join me as I welcome Manso Kagbo at the platform. Manso, you're welcome. Now you need to unmute yourself, bro. You're muted. No, we are not hearing you. We're not hearing you. Well done. Yeah, now go ahead and unmute yourself. No, not turn again. Stay so. Yeah. You're perfect this way. Go ahead and no, not yet. Okay, just log off and log in again. Log off and log in again. I'll bring you political library quickly. Good. Now, Diaspora 6th Region PRO political library. We all don't see how the SLPP government of President Bill in the last 5 years don't put a lot of political supporters of the APC in prison. We all don't see say he don't imprison them for nothing. We all don't see what he do the likes of the Camerimba and at the coach. And this another one for be tribalistic here. But unfortunately, they don't imprison LAJ. If Dr. Samura can have power, what do you feel say if for do for save the lives of those people in terms of governance?
Yeah, this takes me back to what I talked earlier on. Say we get for do political and economic reform, and when you talk about the politics side, now the judiciary need to be reformed, and also we need to get the judiciary for be independent. We get for make laws we go able ensure the judiciary is independent. It's only a judiciary we not independence. Now ain't go jail somebody where then just have a brawl on streets. When I just argument, nobody not die, nobody not wound. Property was not really damaged. Not only a judiciary way extremely they under political influence, we order from above. Now ain't go make them jail person like that 9 years for just a very bagatelle crime. So we start with the judiciary because we not go just focus on Kamarimba and LAJ. Yes, these are two prominent people, but we get so many other people the way they languish in jail for basically very minor, tiny matters. So take for example, it's only in Sierra Leone where then they still charge person for where get we involved in fuse in motorcar involved in fuse na park light or trafficator light not the function. It's only Sierra Leone, man, and that's very that says it all. So we get for make sure say the judiciary understands say they're not there for lock people them up per se, but then they for discipline, for help discipline in nation, for help a nation grow and dispense justice proportionate to the crime. So LAJ and then Kamarimba just expose the way the judicial system they operate in Salon. So we need a lot of job for do under President Samura. So we get for look into the judiciary for able to handle the inside and the, as I say, not only uh, uh, Kamarimba and LAJ, the own issue we could tackle and then forget about the rest. We get one other area where it's a very big problem, a land issue, Salon. This is also as a result of inefficient judiciary. So you get this issue where really is a big burning issue where the judiciary of Sierra Leone is extremely, corrupted and weak. So we get for look in this all those areas. So it's part of a package of a political reform, where we go look into that area then there. You hear me? Yes, Mixer?
Yeah,
Mixer?
go ahead, go ahead, Adeyemi, go ahead.
Yes. So if you ask again, you always do political reforms with economic, followed by economic, you know. And the economic side, we have big plans actually. As you know, Dr. Samoa is an economist, and when we dey talk about economy, as we all know, we get two branches of economics where we can call microeconomics and macroeconomics. For just briefly explain, in a very simplified way, microeconomics, where they deal with the household and people, them with businesses or companies. Basically, the day-to-day activities, where more or less we can call in with local language and bread and butter issue. So we therefore really look into that, you know, and also the role of governments, how governments they influence um, that particular area there. So this, by and large, is about macroeconomics, and the macroeconomics way they deal with the wider economic uh, situation, or the entire economy, how it function. So we therefore actually take them systematically according to we plan, so we manifesto. This again is very important that we follow, we manifesto, because we not to just promise business, you know, and all that thing. And how do you create an economy where go function for we? Because remember, the SLPP regime, 5 years, then give a lot of promises, and what thing we end up forget is then promise we a rabbit. What thing we end up forget now a hamster. So um, we not dey make matters complicated. We always dey deal with grassroots people, and so anything what we dey do is grassroots level, so that they go understand, you know. And now we know say Salone we still get issue of energy, you know, and water we not able to utilize we water resources properly. So now make we not dey go around like the SLPP during this election, where then they claim say then they can build factory under, and they can build industry under, and they can, go put machine there all over the place, they light and people there, we know say we not get that enough energy for industrialize, so we get for work on that, and they increase we energy capacity, increase energy, especially electricity, because I mean, without cheap and affordable electricity, the country not able industrialize. In fact, development will be very difficult. So we know that. However, as we can say, life must go on. So we also look at how we lag in the technological areas, and also human resource. When I say human resource, not to the kind um, uh, SLPP on human resource, we basically then just they come one way with what they know, and they don't know what then they talk about in fact. So we know say we get extremely low trained workforce. When I say low trained workforce we get high technical knowledge for able support an industrial base. So we know these are problems, and that make the system of education where we dey come up with is more of a technical base. Technical in a sense, we want train people, they want make people then go school or go to university or go higher education and come back, instead of them be a burden to state, then they will create jobs, you know. And so we na that area then they will focus for build we human resource, so that when a company one can invest, say it gets human resource, and that country dey for come for invest. So in the short term, we basically get for uh, orient ourselves to or focus on service oriented economy and trade, because let me tell you, trade alleviates poverty. What that mean essentially is we get for increase trade, cross-border trade, internal trade, and also we get for encourage businesses for grow, SMEs, where they can call small and medium enterprise, cut taxes, help businesses for flow instead of we put let's say barrier na dem way. For example, in the West, as we know, typical example UK, and many other industrialized nations, for register a business is like it's just buying top up, and so we want get that kind of standard. We want get that kind of standard, and so we get for cut bureaucracy on that side there. And also the area we get for look at with the increase tourism, inland and foreign. What that means? Inland is we get for encourage people them. For example, people from Freetown. Uh, are you with me, guys? Because I don't know if I get since me on network.
Yeah, now for stopping now.
Tsenko.
Sorry, let's just interject you because we run up now with the program. Thank you so much for that submission day. And I believe say you don't give your own opinion how you feel say the APC in Dr. Samura in leadership. You don't tell we exactly what you want for the APC can be because you don't touch in line with the education, which is you not talk about the free education, but you talk.
Let just touch on something quick. Sorry,
Okay, go ahead, please.
wait, somebody
Just
asked.
summarize. Okay, go ahead.
Presidential executive powers. Well, I must be realistic here. It's very difficult for reform political. I can say we need political reform. Executive powers is absolutely one of these areas where we really, because we president them can get so much power. So we need for actually reduce the presidential powers. And for do that, I think it takes courage of a leader. And I know say Dr. Samura is one of these person we ready for give up some powers, especially to the legislature, so that then go able do them work properly, and we self go hold them responsible and accountable. If they not do them work properly, they not go hide behind say, well, na this or fear and all that thing. And so we really get for me personally, I think as a politician, I absolutely get for press for them kind thing and they for say it's not about Dr. Samoa, about it's for the next incoming president and where they come, so that they not go abuse power like the way we see so now they happen. And also we get for make sure say the president, we get for really get laws that prevent the president in wife in picking them for put multiple in politics. We really need that because we don't get very bad experience with this particular president, Mother Biowe, absolutely in family abuse powers in wife way, non-elected individual abuse power. So we get for talk about that. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Political Ivory. This is the essence this for bring expert then at this platform. Because one of the things that really affect Sierra Leoneans them now for understand what are the executive powers them. Because at the end of the day, Ivory just not illustrate now you say what if Fatima Bio they do in that country, they the type of things they would call executive power. Because you as the former first lady, you go tell people them for mob justice. Now executive power now they use. Well, not to the people they vote for, to you they elect. Now your husband they elect. So thank you for answer that question. They where one of we participants when a viewer we just ask na the lobby. Now that now in this program therefore. Now I go to Dr. Sise. Dr. Sise in a simple term, just in brief. Now your opinion, not your policy statement. So we'll make it elaborate a little bit if you can. We all see this past government then come with a lot of ministerial positions them in that country day. Either it damage the economy, it improve the economy. We don't know. The viewers they don't know. Listeners they don't know. That make you bring it kaya for can't tell we. In your own opinion, if Dr. Samura can become the next president of Sierra Leone, what do you feel say Dr. Samura for do? If you get a large number of ministerial positions there or a low number of ministerial positions there, we still the benefit the country. What is your opinion on that? How you go like in government be?
Thank you very much,
Welcome,
Mixer.
sir.
Obviously, opening up ministerial positions means increasing the budget heavily, the expenditure heavily. Any ministry we open, you need, first of all, a building infrastructure for house that. You need equipment inside, you need personnel, you need secretaries, you need all the usual paraphernalia where you need for a fully functioning ministry. Me no convinced say now the best way that for utilize the mega resources of the people of Sierra Leone. I think a professional like President Samura to be understand that. I think one of his priorities could be for look at government expenditure, making sure the money of the Sierra Leoneans, they utilize them very well. If I get value for money, I think he go look at, I believe say he go look at slimming up all them Baku ministries there where we try for just give people them. We're not sure waiting exactly then they about. I think say before Dr. Samoa go establish any new unit or ministry, again for don't get an evaluation done for make them see whatever returns where he go give to the people of Sierra Leone, how he go add value to in governance structure. But otherwise, as it is now, we get a bloated budget. You small picking will depend on your papa in income. You were not a work. All time you get for ask for you papa for give you money. Now you get more needs than anybody in the household. It's not possible. It can't be like that. We still they go around cap in hand. They ask we don't know partners for money. Anybody we're not financially independent can never be economically independent, and it can never be independent in whatever other way, be it governance or whatever you like. Whether you like it or not, that is how it is. So we need look at the government of Ghana, what they are doing when COVID strike, when the economic crisis strike. It cut down the salaries of the first two way doing your salary, the ministers and other government institutions before they say for go begin establish new ones. I think we have to start learning. We have to start being realistic. Let we stop this politics of compensation, opening up things for the sake of opening them up when they know they add value to the people of Sierra Leone, to the economy. We they stress the economy unnecessarily. I think we spend too much. Why do we need a minister in the Western area when we already get a mayor? These are some of the little things that we get. Now you make they get confusion. Mudslide B, you don't know who I get for do this, who I get for do that. All man they go and butt in head. That is not what the people, the hungry and desperate people of Sierra Leone need. The people of Sierra Leone need for make firefight quickly and move to the issues of development, like we other counterparts across Africa. Not only Europe and America, even Africa. There are countries that we understand waiting our governance we need for move the agenda forward. Not to for begin go utilize the resources and waste them the way we they do. We've got to be realistic. We've got to call things by the right names. The government is bloated. We have to slim up government. We have to utilize our mega resources, our pennies properly. So that is what a government of Dr. Samura Kamara, the man where I don't meet, where I know saying so he go operate. He's a highly professional guy. He'll look at the resources where we get. He will be working towards perhaps initially partially donor dependent, but I'm sure he ambitious enough for begin look at how we go become self-reliant, self-sustainable in a couple of years down the line. We've got to be ambitious. We are people of integrity, Sierra Leoneans. Not for begin always there for the going big. If we big law, do one for invest, not for just come and eat and sit down look. No. So a government of President Samura Kamara will slim up the government budget, will slim up those ministries, will cut it down, only essential ministries, and move the agenda forward and reduce all the fleet of cars and all the unnecessary wastages and move Sierra Leone forward. That is what we need. And that is what a government of President Samura Kamara will do.
Now we'll just get one minute. Everybody don't listen to Dr. Cisse. Of course, all we panelists then at this third slot, they'll answer all the questions then how the APC will be in governance if Dr. Samura, and the what if are the underline them where Dr. Samura will become the next president of Sierra Leone. Now, Dr. Cisse, in 30 seconds or 1 minute, tell we what are your last message with regards to this election. What do you think about Dr. Samura?
Thank you very much, Mixer. I think Sierra Leone been get an opportunity 5 years ago for make we continue the agenda of President Ernest Koroma. But the people thought otherwise. And obviously we've been get for respected. Now they don't see. I'm sure they don't learn. Albeit how difficult and painful the process don't be. Now, I am sure they will give their verdict this time round. They will not make the mistake they've made in the last 5 years. They will elect President Samura. In a couple of hours' time, we will get President Samura. And we will run the country how we need. A country with good governance, a country where Sierra Leoneans could be proud of their country once more, a country where we will return to the priorities of the people, a country where we will consult with the people. The presidency will consult with the people. We get what I will call the 100 days agenda. A government of President Samura Kamara will try to address the issues of national unity, will try to address the issues, the bread and butter issues, the issues of the fuel prices, the cost of living crisis, the issues of returning to the agenda where President Koroma been doing the first 100 days, making sure we restore sustainable electricity supply in the country. We're important for all sorts of development. This is very important for youth development as well. We need for create jobs. We need for get to vocational education across the country for we youths them, for make them stop this drug menace where they hunt we country right now. We need to get agenda around that. The government, the flagship program of President Ernest Koroma, one of it was the free healthcare initiative. We need to get back to that quickly because under the last 5 years, it's been chaotic. It's not been delivering for the people. We used to forget a cost recovery program. We need to get back to those agendas. That is what the people are looking for. And that is what a government of President Samura Kamara will do quickly for its people. We need to get sustainable electricity supply. We need for help the youth. The gender equality and women's empowerment bill being passed in parliament is only lip service under the last 5 years. It needed to be real. Last time I checked, I think it was only 13% of women in government. And that is not what we need. We need people with a car with policies and deliver on them. We talk about 30% quota. It has to be 30% in every way, everywhere. We need women them being empowered. We need safe maternal care for women them. We need the children for get a free healthcare delivery system, for make malaria stop for kill with people, for make typhoid stop for kill with people. We need functional institutions. So 100 days government of President Samura would deliver on issues of the economy, bread and butter. The issues of national unity will be a priority as well, but we will not be bogged down. The government of Samura Kamara will not be bogged down by the issue of running after people. Those are things that will be addressed carefully, because in the process of addressing what in people then don't do, you also need for create cohesion and national unity. Thank you very much, Mixer, for giving me the opportunity.
You're welcome.
Tonight.
Thank you, Dr. Cisse. Now, political ivory in 1 minute. Now, forget your presentation as to waiting you wish for Dr. Samura after when they don't vote for today.
Yes, you hear me?
Yeah, clearly.
Yes, happy days for Salon. We, the diaspora, we get a big role for play for help develop Mama Salon. One of the area where thankfully Dr. Samura able to identify, I must say, with the help of some of we, including me, we always get one-on-one discussion with them, tell and say, we get huge potential in the diaspora. And this is very huge. We get highly educated people, them. We get highly experienced. We get entrepreneurs. We get engineers. We get doctors. We get nurses. We get so many people, them. You know, we get academics and so on and so forth. And why is Sierra Leone not making that effort to make this huge reservoir in human resources for return and help develop the country. Why? So, because some of we make them very clear that the overwhelming majority will return back home one day. And so, but that welcoming atmosphere is not there. You know, that open arm and strategy, how for who the diaspora for go back home and help develop the place. So, and glad the way puts that part of a manifesto. And me in general, and many of other diaspora colleagues, then we hold position inside the party. Will continue for press for that, for make the diaspora play a role in developing Mama Salon. And as you, if you look the manifesto number 10 is there. And so I'm really excited and I'm looking forward for contribute as well. And I will just urge every diaspora in respect of political affiliation, see this as an opportunity for develop yourself and help develop Mama Salo. So happy days ahead, and we also look forward for build a much more peaceful and we try for eliminate this toxic atmosphere of division, tribalism, regionalism, and tension all the time. And we hope say Dr. Samoa is a compassionate leader. He's a leader with compassion. He's a leader who cares, and he's a leader who actually one build a society way reflects 21st century, a very progressive one way people them of all sector, all walks of life,
Thank you.
Regardless of which tribe you belong or which region, everybody forgets good life, Nasalo. So if I reach the thank you.
Thank you so much, Political Ivory, listeners and viewers them. Before ever I will make my conclusion, the topic that is this slot 4 is about how APC get for day in governance, waiting at the expectation of Dr. Samura in government, we get for council. Myself, the Rob, two things that I just want to bring two of my own opinion with regards to Dr. Samura. In the first place, all waiting military for tell Dr. Samura where he get for can become the president of Sierra Leone and to all Sierra Leoneans them with specific reference to comrades of the APC, that politics of revenge will not get for bring that kind of the APC. We'll get for completely move away from revenge. We know say the SLPP over the past 5 years, they don't do mass killing, they don't damage they don't destroy, they don't intimidate with politicians. Them. But we know they can for can revenge. But all what they can do, just like what Dr. Sise say, they can restructure and review and reform with institutions there. So the politics of revenge, not to that Dr. Samura, they come for, they were the whole kind of power, or they can't kill them, or they can't do this. No. Do ya to all Sierra Leoneans them. When a problem don't solve, but make everybody take off a mindset from the politics of revenge, not to that want. And also, at the Rob Moti, the SLPP flagship program was free education. But waiting me want where President and Samura for kind of power, now for can put more weight now the tertiary education, when at the higher level education that the institutions there. We all know say people that you don't pass them the care, they were scared, they everything for going to university, but they are very poor. They don't get source of income for pay the institution, university fees them they. So do you make them provide avenue for them people and they for making them get a better education, send them abroad for can train, for can study, and go back home for go develop that country. Day. So the politics of inclusion now in what they carry it. We not care who say there because the manifesto then tell you say now one nation manifesto with all political tribes in Sierra Leone. So therefore, we're not going for marginalize anybody, we're not going for polarize that country. So Dr. Samura they come, he include everybody, but again, it fight corruption. The reason what make it fight corruption now because all waiting the SAPP they can do now political witch hunt. But we now we get every evidence to the effect for say corrupt practices take place. So they can witch hunt anybody, but the law must take its course. So me now then section and they look at say what Dr. Samura the kind of power they bring come the changes and the reform where they make the people of Sierra Leone happy. So again, viewers and listeners, we don't discuss 3 topics here today with 6 hosts and then 6 guests them. Topic 1, APC at the polls. Waiting happen today in Freetown. Everybody knows it today. Now election will take place in Sierra Leone. When on June 24th, now in Salone gets the election where everybody don't go vote for Dr. Samura for become the next president of Sierra Leone. Where everybody don't see now social media today say they don't go thief ballot boxes. They don't go stuff them for them to become a president. It not go happen because it come with thief na the country and it get for go back with in thief style because now that make it go pay the ECSL members them and other talks them for going stuff ballots them. So you know go ever win. Have faith in God, they manifest now. Yeah, we get faith, we not depend on ballot work. So we guess them and we host them. Don't talk about exactly what happened today. They don't justify them, they don't show no evidences of ballot stuffing. Not this channel here today, not this platform today. Second topic was how the counting and tallying therefore take place. We get also comrades them when I guess them and the host them. They don't tell winner how the counting and the tallying therefore take place. Everybody knows say after election it has to be counting because after all they don't vote, they go for check if the voting go correctly. They go for pull the void votes them, and then this is where the APC they protect who vote them. Now the key side that one day after the voting is to protect our vote. Now in the counting and the tallying they take place. How the tallying they take place? Then get for monitor. If they get for pull the results, the tally where they don't count them. Now the regional headquarter then go for go justify them. So all that one day now they will get for protect to vote them. So again they don't educate you now about how the counting and the tallying will take place after the election where they don't vote to. The third topic where Midepam and Dr. Sise and Ibari would just don't answer the questions. They say how APC get for be in governance. What are the expectation of the APC? And one of the key answers then what we don't get now reforms, now restructuring, now review, bringing investments and just like what Dr. Sise talk about. Because if you not bring investors them that country, the country will not develop. The economy will go boom. There will be no cash, employment. Now that's make people in the right now street and then get to there. They give them push. How you go there in 5 years in governance? You not give somebody employment. What election can you go order boku push them for can't give them push for intoxicate their mind? No. Everybody don't outline there waiting Sierra Leoneans they don't suffer in the last 5 years when our executive powers now that damage the country now in damage the SLPP because Sierra Leoneans did not vote for Madabio because with 2018 we know so not to win him, but God make her for let it become a president for can change the narrative of the country, but he's not able for change her. Instead, in West, when a Fatima went to the president, now he give all the powers them for go and do the mob justice, go and instruct police them for do bad in there. Now Salon at the MP, they talk in the street, say they would they kill them. It get away with them. Now, yonder they say just go arrest that somebody, that person there without you not do nothing. They not justify anything. That's now executive powers will not get forget them and will not want them. Now the APC, where Dr. Samura they can rule the country. So listeners and viewers, I just want for thank you now when I don't take well over 3 hours and the viewership increase. But I really appreciate when today we don't achieve we goal over the month them when an election sensitization we don't bring to everybody in knowledge what's at the process of elections, what's at the process of becoming a president. We don't achieve that goal day. Of course, I'm not going to say much because viewers then just have to be able to testify and justify that say this platform don't achieve a main goal where it need for achieve. We'll get again tomorrow with Sunday flagship program, but tomorrow we can't talk about the ongoing counting and tallying. We'll go for the Guna result they're waiting for Apple. They're live tomorrow at 7 o'clock. So viewers and listeners, wanna thanks ever so much for staying at this platform for over 3 hours, for listening to all waiting we expert them and we hosted on say. I go one for express and acknowledge we technical team at the start from Delwin Thomas. Thank you so much, Delwin, for bringing some ideas them and for can empower everybody, especially the new people who just don't recruit for come back na the platform. So thank you for that. Mo, when the technical director of the platform, Mo don't serve this platform here so for over a month. They don't take care of this platform here so very, very well. Now for this, they make it take care of this platform because it wants for let Dr. Samura win the election. It wants for make APC come back na power. So thank you ever so much, Mo. Dr. Denke, it left in classroom. They can at this platform because it get love for APC. It gets sympathy for people suffering in Sierra Leone. It want to see the change, and the only change we they pray for now follow Dr. Samura become a president. So, Dr. Denke, I want to say a massive thank you to you. JS Junior, JS Momo Junior, now former president Momo in Peking, it in politics right now with we. Everybody know, and I always say this simply because over the years, when we all grow up, we know say President Peking, they mix with everybody, but now everything don't change. Because now the numbers of people dwelling in the diaspora don't increase so much that nobody they feel marginalized. We all associate with each other. JS Momo is the technical director also, where they represent the APC Online Diaspora TV platform, na Freetown. He did it right now at the ground, and also now the technical member again, now the APC Diaspora back, where they live back in London back. So viewers and listeners, now I go to my reporters them, the host them, the broadcasters and presenters them. I go want for extend my sincere thanks and appreciation to Fatia for all waiting you don't do over the month them for make sure see Dr. Samura win this election. Also, I go on to Sweet Bonita. They don't spend a lot of money every month. Any big occasion at the APC, he always they travel from the UK to Freetown. We appreciate you so much, Sweet Bonita. God will reward you. We know they do this for this for we save. We not care for can impress anybody. We not care for can praise we save, but we care for can sell the ideology of the party and for ensure see we educate people them for make them go vote for Dr. Samura. They don't vote them, and then we reward Walga for jubilate in the next couple of hours. I extend the acknowledgement to MB Roy Mufti. Everybody knows say Mufti, the man which TikTok them, he get videos in social media, but we try for train them, we bring them up, at least he build up in confidence in interacting with people on social media, and therefore he don't come prove himself on the platform. Himself don't can give so many presentations then we're very, very solid. I go also want for express sincere thanks also to Maria too. She's not here today, but also now one of the recruits them, now a presenter, we get Payamba, we get Supermed, we get ABS, we get Manso. Manso was here yesterday, was meant to be here again with me today, but they are right now because of technical issues. Then I also want for extend an acknowledgement and notice to we coordinator Wona Owan Kosu in the Freetown right now. Yesterday, it been need for dinner this platform, but somebody them they travel for go na Lushal, na Karine, then go and get accident. It be end up for dinner my best to the person. So again, I go wish that person day a very, very speedy recovery. With me now, everybody knows say me na mixer. And of course, the I report will just don't pass through. Will they come with another program will different from the I report because that was the greatest achievement that the APC Diaspora online TV platform don't ever achieve. The I report, meaning me. We report at least we come with another program again where they can sensitize and educate people about what's in the happen on the day-to-day affairs of the party. So viewers and listeners, I go again, when I all thank you, plenty, thank you. God bless you all. Thank you ever so much. Over to the technical team. Let's come to an end. Bye now. Dr. Samura, next president.
Una go must keep waiting una so. Una dey go. From where you come, not just the flow. Power, we dey give them notice. Power, we dey give them notice. Power, we dey give them notice. If we not give them notice.